You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
Bring your family, bring your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you act the game. The good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Cedar Rapids Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
It's a beautiful Friday evening in Cedar Rapids at Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Kernels will try to make it 2 straight over the Chicago Cub minor leaguers, the Peoria Chiefs. We welcome you into the Zone, the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, coming up in just a moment with Colonel skipper Bobby Magianis. The Kernels did start the second half of the season off with a bang here last night. 6 of the Kernel 9 hits were for extra bases. 3 of them were home runs. And that offensive output, coupled with 6 2/3 innings of one-run baseball from Canadian right-hander Carl Jelena, added up to a Kernel 9-2 stomping of the Peoria Chiefs in the series opener last night. This evening, Fernando Rodriguez, Jr. from El Paso, Texas, will be on the hill, making his 15th start of the year. He'll be opposed by lefty Chris Shaver, a 23-year-old out of William and Mary, a Cub 4th-round draft pick last year. As we do every Friday on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, we check in with Kernel manager Bobby Magianis, and he fields questions from you Kernel fans that you've emailed to me for him to answer. Bobby's standing by, and he'll join us next to answer your questions. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Bobby Magianis with us, as he is every Friday, for the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. The Kernels coming off a terrific start to the second half of the season with a win over Peoria last night, ready to square off against the Chiefs in Game 2 this evening. Bobby answers questions that you've submitted to him through me at jrogers.com every Friday on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. And, Bobby, this question seems to come our way every year about this time. Tina of Cedar Rapids would like to know how you think any of the 8 teams that competed at the College World Series in Omaha would do in a 7-game series against any one of our Class A Midwest League professional teams. It's an interesting question to ponder, Bobby, and I have no idea what the result would be, and that's why Tina's asking you.
Well, I mean, anything can happen in baseball, but, you know, we are professional players, and, gosh, you know, they're coming up against, you know, college players will be coming up against the best of the crop, you know, the best baseball players in this league. And, you know, we're going up against some college players that maybe, you know, 2 to 3 are going to be guys that will get drafted off that team, maybe even more if they're, you know, if they have enough talent. But, you know, it's tough to compare because, you know, amateur and professional, I don't think you can compare the both. I mean, professional baseball will always be better than amateur.
I've heard scouts say they're 2 different games because of things like the difference in bats and the way pitchers pitch, the umpiring. I've heard scouts say that amateur baseball is a totally different game than professional baseball.
Most definitely. I mean, here we're developing players and we're trying to maximize their tools. You know, I believe in college baseball they minimize a guy's talent. I mean,
because they have to win.
Yeah, I mean, I see so much bunting and doing stuff like that early in the game and on a guy that can hit, saying you're not developing that player, and we're here to develop players, which is a totally different game. When they say how would we fare, how would they fare against us, I believe that professional baseball is a lot better than college.
And, Bobby, that's not a slap in the face of these great kids that compete. And after all, college baseball provides, they're the lifeblood of the professional game. It's one of the channels that the professional baseball players' systems dip into. That said, you're absolutely right. It would be extraordinary if a Division I team had 5 or 6 guys drafted off of it, even if they were at Omaha.
Well, definitely. The thing is that and this is not to take anything away from college baseball, because probably the one man I learned probably the most baseball from, his name's George Horton, who was the head coach at Cal State Fullerton. He was my coach in junior college, and this man has been a big influence in my baseball career. But there isn't that one-on-one instruction as there is in professional baseball. You can make the comments off our guys, and we got guys that come from top Division I programs that come into pro ball and say, "Wow, man, I come here and I didn't know I had that many bad habits." I'm going, well, we're teaching you, we're breaking you down. And in college, it's more, there's more team fundamentals, and there isn't enough one-on-one instruction to break guys down.
Bobby, tremendous in-depth answer to Tina's question, and thank you so much for addressing it. They are two vastly different games, and it is fun to see the college spirit in play as it winds down in Omaha with Florida versus the Texas Longhorns. We're going to move on now, Bobby, and take a question from Leslie of Springville, Iowa. This is an interesting one. Leslie would like to know if more things can go haywire in the swing mechanics of a big guy like our 6'6" tall Chris Walston than they can go wrong in a smaller guy like 5'8" tall Alexi Casilla. Interesting question.
No, I think the swing is the same regardless if you're big or small. There's flaws. Every hitter has some type of flaw, including big league hitters have some type of flaws. But, what we try to do is we try to minimize those flaws and maximize their strengths. And, regardless if you're 6'6" or 5'8", it doesn't matter. If you have flaws, a guy can be 5'8" and have so many flaws, and a guy can be 6'6" and have minimal flaws. It's just, it all depends on the hitter's mechanics.
Well, thanks, Bobby. There is a vast difference in size between a guy like Alexi Casilla and Chris Walston, but as Bobby said, Leslie, the swing mechanics apply to everyone, and you do have to look at each guy individually and figure out what he does well and then what he needs to improve on. A timeout from manager Bobby Magallanes' office on this Friday. It's the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and we'll have a final question for the Colonel Skipper from one of you great Colonel fans when we return. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
The Cedar Rapids Kernels want to give your child a chance to hit a home run. By picking up a free reading scorecard at the Kernel Stadium gift shop, kids can keep track of their minutes and earn great rewards. Along with Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, the Kernels encourage you to open the world to your children by reading with them. If your kids hit a home run this summer by reading 1,000 minutes, the Kernels will recognize their accomplishments on the field at Reader Recognition Day in August.
For more than 70 years, Rockwell Collins has been dedicated to providing innovative and dependable aviation electronics and communication solutions worldwide. We also bring a dedication of excellence to our communities to help ensure growth and prosperity. The long-standing partnership between Rockwell Collins and the Kernels is one way we're enhancing the quality of life in our community and making Cedar Rapids the best place to live and work. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
Colonel Manager Bobby Magallanes, the final question we have for you this afternoon or this evening on the South Slope Communications Triple Play comes from Center Point, Iowa. Rex would like to know why it is in baseball, unlike many other sports, that the more hyped you get in baseball, the worse off generally you're going to be. In other words, Rex thinks that the more relaxed and easygoing you are on the baseball diamond, the more chance you have for success than if you're all hyped with your teeth clenched.
Well, the thing is that in baseball, we're using a lot of quick twitch muscles, which if they're tense, they're not going to be quick twitch anymore. They're going to be slow. our reaction times as well. We're reacting to a baseball that's thrown at us at 90 miles an hour, which we have, milliseconds to put it in our brain if we're going to swing at it or not. And now we have to react with our muscles, with our hands to swing it at the pitch. I mean, if you're tense, there's no way you'll be able to be quick to get there, including on the bases. I mean, we're reacting so quick to stop, go, come back, read a ball. I mean, all these things are going through our minds that if you're tense, you're not going to react as quick and make quick decisions when you're real tense.
Well, great explanation, Bobby. You do agree with Rex's observation then that the more hyped you get, more than times than not, the worse you'll do.
Yeah, because the tighter we are with our muscles, the slower our muscles are, and in baseball we want quick twitch muscles.
Well, Bobby, thanks again this week as we kick off the second half of the season for taking these questions from our Colonel fans. You do it so graciously and give it so much thought that it really is a meaningful time that we get to spend with you every Friday on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. I know you and your wife Claudia and your cute daughter Paulina love to visit any of our Zio Giano's spaghetti houses throughout the summer, and here's a certificate, Bobby, that you can redeem at any of those Zio Giano's for a wonderful home-cooked meal, Italian style, from Zio Giano's. Bobby Magallanes, thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
That's Colonel Manager Bobby Magallanes, as he does every Friday, taking questions that you've emailed to him through me at jrogers@kernels.com. The Kernels and Peoria Chiefs, Game 2 of our 7-game series against the Chicago Cub minor leaguers. Bob Brooks and I will have the starting lineups for Game 2 in just a moment, here in the Zone.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
It's another warm, muggy, but beautiful Friday evening, and we greet you from Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Kernels and Peoria Chiefs are set to clash in the second game of this 7-game series between the Kernels and the Chicago Cub minor leaguers. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night. Bob Brooks will be here in just a moment to set the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. I'm John Rogers, and I'm set to give you the visiting Peoria Chiefs starting lineup. At the helm for Peoria, in his 12th year managing in the minor leagues, his 4th season with the Cubs, is Julio Garcia. Julio was with the Lansing Lugnuts in 2001, 2002, 2003, and last season before the Cubs moved from the state capital of Michigan to Peoria. Julio was born in Cuba, and he lives in Texas. He guided his Chiefs to a first-half mark of 35-35. Leading off for Peoria, one of the most exciting players in the Midwest League, he leads the league in batting average, .359, on-base percentage, .436. Second baseman Eric Patterson, younger brother of Cubs star Corey. Aaron Sisk will bat second. He's at third base for Peoria. Hitting third and right field, a first-round draft pick of the Cubs last year, Ryan Harvey, and he'll bat third and play in right. Luis Montanez, a Cubs first-round pick 5 or 6 years ago, is in left field, and he'll bat cleanup. He's second in the league as Montanez with 22 doubles. The designated hitter caught in last night's series opener. He's batting fifth. Oscar Bernard, the DH, batting fifth. At shortstop for the Chiefs is Anthony Granado, and Granado will bat sixth in the Chief lineup. Hitting seventh is Drew Larson. He'll be at first base. The catcher for Peoria is Alan Rick. Rick will bat eighth in the Peoria lineup. And batting ninth in center field out of Stanford, Sam Fuld, F-U-L-D. On the hill for the Chiefs, making his 15th start of the year, a left-hander, a tall lefty, 23 years old, Chris Shaver, S-H-A-V-E-R. Shaver is 6'7", 235, and he beat the Kernels here at Veterans Memorial Stadium 2 months ago, April 22nd, 11-4. Shaver is 1-3, lost 6, an ERA of 4.30 for Chicago Cub fourth-round draft pick out of William and Mary College last year, Chris Shaver. Before we set the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, let's tell you about the wonderful values that you can take advantage of now at Allen Motor Company, thanks to the exciting news from corporate headquarters in Detroit. General Motors announcing employee pricing for everyone. Everyone gets the GM employee discount now at Allen Motor Company. You pay what General Motors employees pay, not a cent more at Allen Motor Company. What does that mean? Well, 2005 GMC Sierras are employee discount price for everyone now at Allen's for just $15,532. 2005 LaCrosse, the all-new dream car of 2005, their GM employee discount for everyone at Allen's now at just $20,997. Buy now for General Motors employee pricing for everyone at Allen Motor Company, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. With the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, he just brought in his ice-cold bottled water to get us through these first few innings. Here's Hall of Fame sportscaster Bob Brooks.
And how you doing, everybody? A very pleasant good evening to you from a warm but very delightful night, I think, ahead of us as the Cedar Rapids Kernels try to make it 2-0 against the Peoria Chiefs. So, if you have your pencils and scorecards ready, here we go with the starting lineups tonight. Leading off and playing second base, Alexi Casilla. At shortstop is Sean Rodriguez. Drew Toussaint in left field. Michael Collins bats number 4 tonight as the catcher. Freddy Sandoval at third base. The G-man, Richard Giannotti, in center field. Jordan Rentz in right. The DH tonight is Warner Madrigal. And at first base, the man with a tape measure home run job last night, Chris Walston, is down at first. The pitcher tonight for the Cedar Rapids Kernels will be Fernando Rodriguez. He is 4-3, 68 innings pitched, 68 hits, 58 strikeouts, 31 walks. He's started 14 games, has 2 complete games, has allowed 2 home runs, and his ERA is 5.16. So we'll see if he can follow up last night's pitching performance by Carl Jelena and get the job done for the Kernels in Game 2 of this 4-game series.
Well, thanks, Bob. The Kernels take the diamond in their red knit batting practice tops with navy blue hats and red bills. A color guard will be entering the diamond. They're in foul ground beyond first base right now, and as the Kernels take their positions with the Cost Cutters Dream Team members out on the field, Anderson and Brown Eye Care, the official eye care provider of the Kernels, sponsors the announcement of our umpiring crew. Jason Creek will be behind the plate this evening, and his partner on the diamond, Mike Lusky. Anderson and Brown Eye Care. They're now a full-service eyewear provider, and they've moved to their new location on Boyson Road, just west of I-380, next to Intent City. Again, our Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring crew, Jason Creek calling the balls and strikes, and Mike Lusky on the bases. The color guard in their black uniforms with gold stripes and gold trim and white gloves is now marching towards the center of the diamond, where Fernando Rodriguez is standing next to his Cost Cutters Dream Team member. Now they're turning in unison with the Iowa flag and the American flag. The color guard now turned towards the backstop and the grandstand. We'll have a word from Wendy's, and then we'll join public address announcer Dale Broad as he introduces our national anthem singer. Both teams lined up in front of their dugouts with their hands over their hearts, and we have a bigger crowd here this evening. Bob will tell you who we're welcoming as far as groups go as this game evolves this evening. Right now, though, let's join Dale Broad as he introduces our national anthem singer.
Please join in the singing of our national anthem. It's being performed this evening by Vicki Neuters-King.
Oh, say, can you see by the early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous tide, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket traveler, the bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The singing of the national anthem here at Veterans Memorial Stadium before a big crowd. We had over 2,000 last night, and we'll have even more this evening to see if the Kernels can make it 2 straight over the Chicago Cub farmhands, the Peoria Chiefs. Bob Brooks and I look forward to bringing you all the fun and action this evening from the ballpark, and we'll have the game's first pitch in just a moment. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
The scene is spectacular as always here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Kernels got off to a rousing start in the season's second half last night, a 9-2 trouncing of the Peoria Chiefs. The Kernels have struggled against left-handed pitching so far this year, and we're facing a 6'7" lefty, Chris Shaver. We're only hitting .235 against Southpaws this season, so the Kernels will hope to continue their extra base hitting prowess that they showed last night. 3 home runs, 6 of their 9 hits were for extra bases. But first things first, the Peoria Chiefs have a very potent lineup, a .271 team batting average, 4th highest in the Midwest League. And one of the reasons the Kernels were successful last night is that they kept Eric Patterson, the league's leading hitter, and has the highest on-base percentage for the Chiefs. The Kernels kept him off base. He was 0 for 4, and it'll be Fernando Rodriguez Jr. facing Eric Patterson here in the top of the first inning, to be followed by Aaron Sisk and Ryan Harvey.
Well, tonight, the wind is blowing out here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, much like it was last night. And there are some thunderstorms around the area, so we shall get in the ball game, and then it can rain.
We're going to be fine for this evening, and want to remind you that tomorrow evening, Game 3 of this series, 6:40 South Slope Communications triple play show time, and meet Bob and I here at the stadium. You'll have a blast. Whether the Kernels win, lose, or whatever the outcome, you'll be talking about it Sunday morning if you'll join us tomorrow evening for Game 3.
And we have fireworks tomorrow, don't we?
Let me double check on that, Bob. I think we do, but
I thought they were going to have it every Saturday.
Bob, again, when I leave and go on the road,
out.
I'll have to double check on that.
We'll check on that.
Sometimes I feel like I'm out of the loop, and I'm the guy that needs to be in the loop. It's 2-0 to Eric Patterson. Patterson 0 for 4 last night. 5 homers, 29 RBIs, and he's a speedster, a left-handed batter, and he's ahead 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Fernando Rodriguez deals, and a ground ball to short. Sean Rodriguez shuffles a few steps to his left, and across the diamond it goes for the first out of the inning. Eric Patterson ahead 2-0, but Fernando Rodriguez comes back to get him on a grounder to short. And anytime you can keep Patterson off base, you have a very good chance at beating Peoria.
The Rodriguez boys came in on a nice play that time. The pitch, the fielding of the ground ball, and the throw to Walston, and the smells of the ballpark. We're getting the third base grill, the wafting up this way.
The wind's blowing just right, Bob.
Just right.
Aaron Sisk, a first pitch swing, and he fouls one into the rafters of the grandstand roof right to our right behind home plate. Aaron in 30 games is hitting a robust .336 with 6 homers, 26 RBIs. He was 2 for 4 last night. He's a right-handed batter with a wide stance, and he's in the hole 0-1. A fastball is upstairs from Fernando Rodriguez.
And the lights have not been turned on here, so we can have a power failure now and nobody will be hurt, as we had last night.
And last night we played right through it, to my surprise, but as Bob said, it proved that you don't need to turn the lights on quite as early as the umpires ordinarily order them to be turned on. Sisk fouls one up onto the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. That's jam-packed this evening with our good friends from Physicians Clinic of Iowa. They sponsor our injury report, and we have good news on the Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report. Second baseman Josh LeBlanc will rejoin the Kernels a little bit later tonight. He's been on the DL since mid-April with a broken hamate bone. A curve is low to Aaron Sisk, S-I-S-K. He was signed from the Central League, Independent League, by the Chicago Cubs. He hit .252 with 11 homers, 43 RBIs for Edinburgh of the Central League last year. A 2-2 offering, and that one is looped foul down the right field line and out of play. It's Aaron Sisk at the plate here in the top of the first inning, no score. We're just underway, and I'm going to check right after this first half inning. I think Bob is right. I think we have a big crowd of over 4,000 due to join us tomorrow evening, and I think we're going to offer up fireworks, and shame on me for not being fully informed. Here's a rocket foul onto the Papa John's Plaza as Sisk continues to drive the ball the other way against Fernando Rodriguez. Well,
if they don't have them scheduled, we'll see if we can round up a few sparklers.
From the neighborhood.
Yeah, we'll do something tomorrow night, one way or the other.
I grew up in a state, Illinois, that has a ban on fireworks, but you just cross the Mississippi.
So does Iowa.
Yeah, for that matter. Another 2-2, and this one is slammed into the left field corner for extra bases. Drew Toussaint will dig it out at the base of the 3:15 mark, and he'll return it to the cutoff man, Rodriguez, as Aaron Sisk arrives standing up at second with a one-out double. Sisk had a good at-bat as he kept fouling away 2-2 pitches until he got one in on his hands, and he cranked it fair down the left field line for a one-out double, his 12th double of the year in only 31 games.
And Fernando gave him a fastball right belt high, right down Broadway, and he took care of it.
The Kernels took care of big Ryan Harvey, the batter, last night. Harvey was 0 for 4. Ryan, the first-round pick of the Cubs in 2003, right-handed batter. He's 6'5", 220. He's batting .250 with 9 homers, 39 driven in. A fastball is over but low, ball 1, to Ryan Harvey.
Harvey was an all-star, and in Peoria he won the home run contest at Tuesday's game at O'Brien Field. He hit 8 home runs in the prelims and 1 in the finals to outdo Clinton's Emerson Krogstad.
And he rips one over the head of Freddy Sandoval into the left field corner for an RBI double. Ryan Harvey has staked Peoria to an early lead here tonight. Harvey lined it just over the outstretched leaping effort of Freddy Sandoval at third. In fact, Freddy may have mistimed his leap a little bit. I'm not saying he should have had it. It would have been a miraculous catch, but it is an RBI double for Ryan Harvey, and it's 1-0 Peoria. Now they bring in Luis Montanez as Michael Collins takes a trip to the hill.
That is the 11th double of the year for Ryan Harvey.
And it's his 40th run driven into the season. Back-to-back doubles by Sisk and Harvey have Peoria leading 1-0. Luis Montanez has had a long career in the minor leagues for a first-round pick. A fastball is taken at the letters for a strike called. Luis was drafted in the first round by the Cubs in the year 2000. And here he is still toiling away in the Midwest League in his 6th year of pro baseball. But he's having a good year as the cleanup batter, a .306 hitter with 7 homers, 40 RBIs, and he's aboard as the pitch struck him. Now, wait a minute. We're going
I think it hit the bat first.
Well, now here comes Julio Garcia marching down the third baseline, and Julio is going to argue with the plate umpire Jason Creek that pitch hit his cleanup batter Montanez. Creek is saying what Bob is asserting, that the pitch hit Montanez's bat.
Well, the way it popped up, it looked to me as if it hit the bat first and then hit him.
Well, Montanez didn't argue too much. In fact, it looked like he was trying to sell the umpire on it. He took a few steps towards first, and Jason Creek said, "Not so fast, my friend." And he's in the hole 0-2. Now he's pleading the case to the plate umpire Jason Creek. Julio Garcia has now made his case, and he's going to have to... Well, now he's coming back towards home plate, and he wants more of an explanation from the plate umpire, and now he gets it. So Julio Garcia has to accept the verdict that's been rendered by Jason Creek, the plate umpire, that the pitch from Rodriguez hit the bat of Montanez. Luis is a right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance, and he wears his gray road trousers all the way down to the tops of his spikes. And he tomahawks an 0-2 pitch foul high in the air onto the Papa John's Plaza down the right field line.
Montanez is batting .306, and he's 4th in the league in hits.
With 82 hits in 71 games. Boy, you know you're a pretty good player if you can average 1 hit per game. The 0-2, a curve and a good protective defensive swing by the cleanup man as he ropes it high onto the grandstand roof. The count remains 0-2. Luis Montanez is from Puerto Rico. He lives there. He was born in Puerto Rico. He lives in Miami, and this is his 6th year of professional baseball. He's played in Mesa, Lansing, Michigan, Daytona Beach, Florida, and he takes a changeup just outside for ball 1. Last season, Montanez played 72 games back in rookie ball with the Boise Hawks, and he hit .297. He's trying to make it 2-0 Peoria here in the top of the first inning. A fastball sails up and in, and it's 2-2 to the Peoria cleanup batter.
That was one of the whisker jobs, pitching inside at 89 miles an hour.
With a runner at second, Fernando comes set below the letters and delivers in a swing and a foul straight back. The Kernels have a very strange defensive alignment for this cleanup batter. Richard Giannotti is pulled way into right center field, and Chris Walston is playing a good 20 to 25 feet off the line at first base. So they're crowding Montanez. They think he's going to hit the ball through the middle. Luis fouls another one up into the sweeps, and down below it goes. And unfortunately, on this warm, muggy Friday evening, Fernando Rodriguez has made a lot of pitches here in the very first inning.
Which tells you he does not have an overpowering stuff tonight. He is not able to get that fastball by him.
Montanez on another 2-2 offering. Shoots it down the right field line, foul beyond the Papa John's Plaza. So foul ball after foul ball off the bats of the Chiefs here in the opening frame. Peoria on the road this season is 21-15 at O'Brien Field in downtown Peoria. They're a miserable 14-21.
Well, Cedar Rapids knows a little bit about that, too.
We have not reached the 500 mark yet at home. A curve, strike 3 called. Oh, Luis Montanez was fooled on an off-speed breaking pitch, and Fernando Rodriguez finally got him. A strike 3 called.
Well, that was a good bit of pitching by Rodriguez because the fastball wasn't getting them, so he gave him a little twister on the inside.
Now the outfield plays straight away for the DH number 5 hitter, Oscar Bernard. Oscar is from the Dominican Republic. He's soon to be 22 years old. And he played with Boise last year, hit .250 in just 37 games. A blistering fastball is taken just outside ball 1. Bernard was 1 for 4 in the Kernel 9-2 win here last night. Oscar's a right-handed batter with a straightaway stance. The 1-0 from Fernando Rodriguez. Swing and a foul straight back. We're in the top of the first inning.
Well, one thing about it, Rodriguez, if he wasn't warmed up now, is.
Yeah, that red knit batting practice top he's wearing is already starting to show the darker hue with the perspiration, the sweat exuded from the 20-year-old Kernel right-hander. Bernard takes a strike at the knees, and he's in the hole 1-2. These Peoria Chief Road uniforms are almost carbon copy of their parent club, the Chicago Cubs. They're gray with blue shoes and red numbers trimmed in white, blue batting helmets. Oscar Bernard is in the hole, and he just gets a piece of a 1-2 changeup. In fact, he cued it off the end of his bat and splintered. Now he's pointing to a kid. No, he's pointing to the bench for a new bat. I thought he was pointing out a kid to give the bat to, but he knows what new bat he wants.
Well, that one took a big chip out of the barrel.
Right off the end of the barrel.
Isn't it funny? Tonight here we have these players in Class A from the Cubs. Gary Wood is pitching in Des Moines. And how far away is the Major League?
Well, that's a very deep question, Bob. Swing and a miss on a changeup, because in one regard it's not very far away with Kerry Wood rehabbing, and for some of these guys in the Midwest League, it may never come, or it's 2 to 5 years away. We'll talk about that more. Terrific job by Fernando Rodriguez after back-to-back doubles that give the Chiefs the lead. He strikes out, Montanez looking, and Bernard swinging to end the top of the first inning. 1 run for the Chiefs on a pair of doubles, 2 hits. There were no errors committed by the Kernels. Peoria leaves a runner aboard, and after 1/2 inning, Peoria won, and the Kernels coming up. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the Zone.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers. Corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
Feeling the pinch at the pump? Gas prices are high, but there is something you can do about it. Change your air filter. The Department of Energy reports changing a clogged air filter can save as much as 15 cents per gallon of gas. Install a new Fram Extra Light air filter every 12,000 miles. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. It can improve your car's performance and save you money at the pump. Better performance and better mileage. How do they do that? Remember, before you slam it, Fram it.
1-0 Peoria as we go to the home half of the first inning. The Kernels will try to solve this tall lefty from William and Mary, Chris Shaver, S-H-A-V-E-R. Chris is 23 years old, and he beat the Kernels here at Veterans Memorial Stadium 11-4 back on April 22nd. Alexi Casilla, the Kernels switch-hitting leadoff batter, will bat first from a deep crouch. Alexi went 2 for 5 last night, or 2 for 5, that's right, with a triple. He scored twice, and a let-up is a beauty, a strike call to Alexi Casilla. And he hammers one into shallow center. On the run, Sam Fuld took a hit away from him with a spectacular diving catch. Bob, sometimes the fellows on ESPN make good points about the size of the gloves that the guys wear these days. Fuld's glove almost is as long as his entire thigh.
Well, look at Drew Larson's first base glove down there. That practically covers both the left hand and the right hand.
These gloves are huge nowadays, and that takes...
Well, they're baskets.
Exactly.
What they are.
And they take nothing away from a fine running catch sliding in center by Fuld. Sean Rodriguez drove in 2 of the Colonel 9 runs last night. He was 1 for 3, and ball 1 is outside from the lefty.
They have so much to them that you can slap them, you know.
Yep. They are huge mitts. In fact, I think it's one of the ESPN commentators, Tony Gwynn or Harold Reynolds, says that's one of the reasons. Here's a line shot ripped into left by Sean Rodriguez, who's really swinging a torrid stick the last 3 weeks. He started tonight at 273, and he is the tying run at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Either Tony Gwynn or Harold Reynolds said he doesn't think a guy will hit 400 ever again, and he thinks one of the reasons is the size of the fielder's mitts. And that's a fairly valid observation. You can take away 10 or 12 hits from a good hitter each year just by virtue of those big, big gloves. Drew Toussaint had a marvelous evening offensively and in the field last night. Drew was 3 for 4, belted a 2-run homer in the first, an RBI single in the fifth that upped the Colonel lead to 4-1, and he takes a changeup for strike 1 called from lefty Chris Shaver. Shaver is 6'7", he looks more like 6'9". Drew Toussaint golfs a high drive down the right field line. Ryan Harvey chases it into the corner, and he made a spectacular catch, and tagging and going from first to second. Great base running by Sean Rodriguez. Ryan Harvey is a fella Bob raved about 2 months ago here in this ballpark, and Harvey disappeared out of sight into the right field corner, slamming into the green padded wall, and made a spectacular catch on a Drew Toussaint foul ball.
I thought that he made that catch inside the batting cage down in the corner there.
It looked that way, Bob, because there's a bit of an optical illusion. The batting cage almost, the arch of it almost juts out onto the field of play. What a great play, and now they're going to throw to first and say Sean Rodriguez left early. He did not. Credit Sean Rodriguez, Bob. A lot of guys...
Heady play.
And because of it, he's in scoring position as the tying run for Michael Collins. I thought that ball off the bat of Toussaint would be way out of play, but Ryan Harvey caught it for the second out of the inning into the right field corner.
Well, take a look at where the wind is blowing. It kind of kept it in play.
That's what it did, all right. A fastball is a strike at the knees to cleanup batter Michael Collins. Michael was 0 for 3. He walked in the first inning. Collins, 5 homers, 28 RBIs, and a .315 average, trying to tie this game here in the bottom of the first inning. The 0-1 dips low for ball 1. 1-0 Peoria. The Kernels have Rodriguez at second with 2 out here in the first inning.
We talk about those gloves. Maybe we should call these players basks.
Well, Bob, that's a ground ball up the middle, a long way to his left. Anthony Granado vacuums it up and throws out.
Good play.
Out Collins, 6'3". Bob, I'm only going to guess that a bask is the thing that a highlight player wears.
That's right.
And people down in Miami, it's really popular in Miami, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And up and down the southern coast of Florida, both coasts.
I never knew that was what it was called, though, a bask. The Kernels come up empty, no runs in the first, 1 hit. There were no errors by the Chiefs, and the Kernels strand a runner at second base. As we go to the top of the second, it's Peoria leading the Kernels 1-0. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take batting practice with the Kernels, and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the Mediacom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
Forbes.com Small Business Report, brought to you by Sam's Club.
Seeing your doctor by satellite. More in a moment.
America is a country of entrepreneurs, and if you're a small business owner, you're helping shoulder the lion's share of the U.S. economy. You can lighten that load a little at Sam's Club. To save you time, we offer click and pull and fax and pull. Place your order online at samsclub.com or by fax before 5 p.m. And at no extra charge, it's ready to pick up as early as 7 a.m. the next day. Now that's teamwork, and we're proud to be a small part of your team. Sam's Club. We are in business for small business.
It's called telemedicine, seeking medical advice and treatment from doctors who are sometimes thousands of miles away. It's a growing industry, and it promises to explode as affluent baby boomers buy retirement homes in exotic locations outside the U.S. They'll use telemedicine to bridge the gap between countries with advanced medicine and those without it. For more on this and other stories, go to Forbes.com.
Great to have you with us this evening, and as Bob Brooks said correctly, we do have fireworks tomorrow evening. It will have a big crowd, but plenty of good seats remain. Give us a call, 896-7560. That's the ticket office number here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, 896-7560. 1-0 Peoria as they bat in the second. Anthony Granato, the shortstop, who made a fine play far to his left on a ground ball up the middle by Collins, threw Michael out to end the first inning, and he leads off here in the second. And Fernando Rodriguez's next pitch is low for a ball. Mike Bettine, the production coordinator in the zone, is here tonight, and he was playing with our lights. I think he knows that Bob and I were thrown off guard last night when the power went out. Here's a high chopper to third. The long throw by Freddy Sandoval gets Anthony Granato. Boy, Bob, you said it before the All-Star break. Freddy Sandoval is such a steady influence at third base.
That ball took a high bounce. He had to field it deep behind the bag at third, and that is the longest throw in the infield.
And Freddy made it beautifully for the first out of the inning. Anthony Granato is chopped out to third. That brings in Drew Larson, a ninth-round pick by the Cubs in 2003 out of the state of Utah. Strike one is in to the right-handed batter, Drew Larson. 2 for 3 last night, a sacrifice fly in the ninth inning. Drew does not wear batting gloves. He's a right-handed batter, and he drills one foul up into the sweeps above the Colonel first base dugout. It's 0-2 to Drew Larson.
Well, we'll be checking on the scores, but I don't think the Cubs had a happy experience on the south side of Chicago.
An 0-2 pitch is lofted over the head of Chris Walston at first down the right field line, and Jordan Renz hustles over to his left to cut it off and throws into the cutoff man Casilla to hold Drew Larson to a one-out single. That's too bad because he stroked it over the head of Walston on an 0-2 pitch for the third hit of the night for the visiting Chiefs. I knew the Cubs were in trouble when Derek Lee, who's having an MVP season, made the gaffe or mistake of into the microphone, and he told everybody that it was just another series. You do not, I don't care who you are, you do not call a series against the White Sox in Chicago, where that rivalry is as fierce as they come. You do not say that that's just another series, and I could predict that the Cubs were going to take it on the chin today. And Bob, you said that the last you heard it was 12-1 White Sox.
Yes, but that's simply a rumor, not an exact case. When I left the office, it was 4-1 in favor of Chicago.
And last I heard,
Sox.
Right, last I heard it was 6-1 White Sox. Julia Jansen, after her inning in the third, will give us the scores, and we can tell for sure what the final was at U.S. Cellular or Comiskey Park. It's 0-2 to Alan Rick, a catcher batting 169. Rick is a left-handed batter with a straightaway, slightly open stance, and he's batting with 1 on and 1 out here in the second inning. He went around on a pitch letter high, and he strikes out. Actually, the pitch was a tip into the mid of Michael Collins, and that is strikeout number 3 for Fernando Rodriguez. I don't know why, Bob. Guys just don't say to the press, yes, this is a big series. I'm looking forward to playing in it. It'll be electric. It'll be a World Series atmosphere, and I can't wait. Instead, they have to low-key it. It's no big deal. It's just another series. You can't tell me the Cubs and White Sox is just another series. It better not be in your mind, or you're going to get beat 12-1, or whatever the final was.
Well, it's not on the south side, I'll tell you that.
That's right. It's not another series for the White Sox. They are revved up about it. Ball one is upstairs to Sam Fuld. Sam will be the subject of our Did You Know question a little bit later tonight as we'll delve into his great career at Stanford University. Throw to first, and the Colonels thought they had the runner. Bobby Magallanes pops out of the Colonel dugout. I thought the Colonels had Drew Larson picked off by a fairly good margin.
Mike Lusky takes a little heat from the Colonel's dugout.
Boy, it looked like Larson.
It was close.
It looked like Larson never got back to the bag ahead of the pickoff throw from Fernando Rodriguez. Sam Fuld, a left-handed hitter, takes outside. It's outside corner, a delayed call by Jason Creek. My goodness, the throw from Collins was all the way back to the pitcher before Creek signaled a strike. It's 1-1 to Sam Fuld, a left-handed hitter with a .245 average.
Well, you don't want to hurry anything.
I guess not. Fuld was 1 for 3 last night, reached on an infield single in the 7th inning. He was taken in last year's draft out of Stanford in the 10th round, and he's from Durham, New Hampshire. There aren't too many great players from New Hampshire, one of them Carlton Fisk, who finished his career with the White Sox.
The pavilion area is well populated tonight.
Oh, my goodness. It is jam-packed out there. Wow.
In the tent area, the pregame tonight, before taking their seats in the stands, Frontier Futures, Principal Financial Group, and Heritage Associates. So, welcome to the ballpark.
1-1 to Sam Fuld. He's only 5'10", 180. He's not a big guy. A let-up, and he smashes it foul over the grass slope seating berm down the left field line, and Fernando Rodriguez is ahead of him, 1-2. As we mentioned earlier, Rodriguez's red knit batting practice top is already a darker color than the rest of his Colonel teammates because he is sweating profusely. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sam Fuld. A throw to first and the runner back. Bob, there was a gal that used to work in the zone at KCRG. I believe her name was Edna Herbst.
Yes.
And I was told by Rick Sellers that Edna Herbst prohibited the name or the word sweat on the air. Here's a high drive into deep right center, way back, and Richard Giannotti gliding to his left hauls it in. That was a fine running catch by Richard Giannotti in right center to take an extra base hit away from Sam Fuld. We'll wait and discuss that. Bob, if you ever heard that about Edna Herbst, whether she prohibited the word sweat on the air. In the 2nd inning, no runs for the Chiefs, 1 hit. There were no errors committed by the Colonels, and Peoria leaves a runner aboard. They've stranded a pair. After an inning and a half, Peoria on top of the Colonels 1-0, and you're listening to Colonel Baseball here in the Zone.
It's all over. You ate, you voted, and now a champion has been crowned. The winner of the Zone Bar and Grill Tour is Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill. 2 Bricks Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Flophouse and Saloon, CJ Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, 3rd on 1st Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill and Sauces Clarion Hotel. We offer a conciliatory round of applause. With spatulas raised high, we salute you, Chuck and Dale. And Lucky Luncher Steve Mesher is the winner of the trip to Vegas. Congratulations to Steve and to Chuck and Dale's, and thanks to everyone who soiled a fork or sold a side of fries in this year's competition. The 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, proudly sponsored by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company, The Guide, and the best damn sports station anywhere, The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
You can look, but you're not going to find a better golf value than Hunter's Ridge in Marion. Hunter's Ridge, home of the Greater Cedar Rapids Open, provides challenges for every level of golfer. 5 tees and 2 distinct nines give you a different look every time you play. Hone your swing and short game on your own, or with our pros. At Hunter's Ridge, it's all about the golf. Tee it up at Hunter's Ridge Golf Course in Marion.
1-0 Chiefs. All-star third baseman Freddy Sandoval, a switch hitter, bats from the right side for the first time against southpaw Chris Shaver, who misses just outside with a ball. This Peoria pitching staff has an ERA of 4.25. That's 10th in the 14-team Midwest League. Sandoval slices one off the end of the bat high into the air. The first baseman calls for it, and bringing it down is Drew Larson. Freddy Sandoval is popped out to first, one away. Here in the Kernels' second inning, Freddy doubled and scored in the 8th inning last night.
That glove by Larson at first base is so big it almost covered his eyes. He almost misplayed that ball.
You take the length of his glove and the big fly catcher that Sam Fuld used to take a hit away from Casilla in the first, and you've got 6.5 feet of leather in length. The strike is in at the knees to Richard Giannotti. Richard took the collar last night, batting left-handed. He was 0 for 4. He's batting right-handed against the lefty. 6'7" Chris Shaver, who misses inside. In fact, he almost hit Richard Giannotti. Well, Bob, Rick Sellers loves telling the story about his days at KCRG when Edna Herbst called him into the office and said, Rick, there's one word we don't use on the air, and it's sweat. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and Giannotti's in the hole 1-2. I don't find the word particularly offensive.
Well, you use deodorant, that's why.
Okay.
Well, I never had that confrontation. Edna and I worked together for a long period of time, from days at WSUI in Iowa City to KCRG in Cedar Rapids. We were in the same university together, same class.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I do know as the 2-2 pitch is wrapped on the ground to second, Eric Patterson has it leak through his glove or his legs, and it's an error on Patterson. Bob, that was a pretty routine play, and Eric Patterson commits his 6th error of the season.
Well, he thought the ball was going to take a very friendly bounce and come right up, say, waist high. Instead, it came in at about ankle height, and he didn't bend over far enough and didn't have his legs closed, and it went through the wicket for an error.
Tying run at first here in the second as Jordan Wren swings and misses at a fastball that ran down and away to him. According to Dale Brote, when Dale was working at KCRG, he said not even a thumbtack was put on a bulletin board without Edna Herbst's approval. In other words, Edna kind of ran the show down there. And not that that's bad. Dale just said that everything that was done as far as what the public saw of the studio and the surroundings, that Edna had her fingerprint on it.
Well, yes, I would say that that's undoubtedly a true tale. The interesting part of the story would be that Edna, who has since passed away, was one of the pioneers of women in broadcasting.
That's great.
That was a legacy, I think.
There goes the runner. The throw to second is not in time, and Richard Giannotti with his 5th stolen base of the season. Boy, did he pick the perfect pitch to run on. It was a changeup. It was called a strike to Jordan Wren to put him in the hole 1-2, and the throw by Alan Rick was a good one, but just too late to get Richard Giannotti, who slid in feet first for his 5th steal in 10 tries. The Kernels are 2nd in the league in stolen bases. Let's see if Jordan Wren can come out of this 1-2 hole. The big lefty, Chris Shaver, steps off the rubber. Chris's record is 3-6, a 4.30 ERA.
Now we're in the 2nd inning, and Peoria leads 1-0, and Cedar Rapids needs a pick-me-up here.
Here, it might be, it is. A looper into right, and it'll be Giannotti trying. It gets by the right fielder. Giannotti will score. Wren's into second, 1-1. Hey, Richard Giannotti scored on a base hit over the mitt of Eric Patterson at second, and then Ryan Harvey booted it in right field. He'll likely be charged with the second error of the inning, and the Kernels have tied it 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning on a base hit into right. And I was very surprised, Bob, because Giannotti did not get a good jump off second. He wasn't sure if Patterson was going to climb the ladder and catch that line drive. So I thought Bobby Magallanes would hold Giannotti at third. He waved Richard home, and I think that's why Ryan Harvey committed. Well, they haven't charged him with an error. They should. Otherwise, how does Renz get to second base except an error by Ryan Harvey? But I think
he either gets a double or a single and an error.
You can't give him a double on that ball. That ball was booted in right field by Ryan Harvey. I'll call it a single and an error until I'm corrected or told otherwise by the official score. It's 1-1. Renz, I think, will get an RBI because they were going to send Richard Giannotti. No error has been flashed, so apparently there has been no... They've ruled it a double. They've ruled that ball a double, which really surprises me. But good for Jordan Renz. He comes through with an RBI double to make it a 1-1 game.
And that's his fourth double of the year for a 184 hitter. So, as we said last night, the bottom end of this batting order has got to pick it up. And they picked up a run.
This substantial delay is because the Peoria pitching coach, Tom Pratt, came out to talk it over with his lefty, Chris Shaver. Well, we'll have a look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Lanny Peterson. Bob, what was the final at Comiskey?
12-2.
White Sox.
Yes.
And they're...
Or as our dear friend says, the good guy.
Yes, Ken Harrelson and Scott Unash. Ball one low to Warner Madrigal. Warner belted his team-high 10th home run of the year, leading off the leading off the 7th inning last night, and it gave the Kernels a 5-1 lead. It was Warner's only hit of the game. He could put the Kernels ahead with a base hit here in the second, and there's a line drive into right. I don't think Renz will score. They're going to hold him at third because Madrigal hit the ball so hard, whistled it hard into right field, and Ryan Harvey gets it back in. No chance for Jordan Renz to score. First and third, one out. And now the guy who's really swinging a hot bat for the Kernels, Chris Walston, has a chance to give the Kernels the lead here in the second inning.
Also at second base, Renz had to hold up because Patterson had a shot at picking that ball up, too.
Good to see Warner Madrigal going the other way. That is great hitting by Warner to take the southpaw the other way. Let's see if Chris Walston can do the same thing. You don't want to try to pull a left-hander. When you do, you'll usually hit into a double play. There goes the runner. A pitch low and no throw by Alan Rick. A huge stolen base for Madrigal, Bob, because for all intents and purposes, that eliminates a double play possibility.
And Madrigal is more of a Clydesdale than a thoroughbred in running.
That's a great analogy. The 1-0 to Chris Walston, hammered up the middle, off the pitcher's glove to the shortstop. He throws Walston out, but the Kernels take the lead, 2-1. Jordan Renz crosses the plate on the smash up the middle. I think Chris Shaver took a base hit away from Chris Walston, and the play goes 1-6-3. It's Chris Walston's 12th run driven into the year, and it makes it 2-1 Kernels here in the second. Madrigal advanced to third on the ground ball out by Walston. Bob, I thought it would have been a base hit up the middle.
A good piece of hitting, I think, by Chris Walston.
Yes, he went up the middle with the pitch. He didn't try to pull it, and he gives the Kernels the lead. Now with two out, Alexi Casilla could make it a 3-1 Kernel lead. Chris Shaver helped himself by getting a piece of that ground ball. Here's a high chopper to third. Aaron Sisk throws. Oh, out at first base on a bang-bang play. Aaron Sisk just got enough on his throw to take a run away from the Kernels as Alexi Casilla flew down that first base line. Had he been batting left-handed, he'd have been safe, but because he was batting right-handed, Sisk got him. It went 5-3 on the Baltimore chop. 2 runs in the second for the Kernels on 2 hits, 1 Peoria error, and the Kernels leave one man aboard. Julia Jansen will be along shortly to take us through the third inning with her play-by-play. After 2, Kernels lead the Chiefs 2-1. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Keen's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Keen's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Keen's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Keen's Material. Visit Keen's in Cedar Rapids, Coralville, and Eldridge, or on the web at keensmaterial.com.
You're driving your GMC Sierra to the home center to get supplies for your home improvement project. It's your third time here today, but this time you brought a list. As you pull your Vortec 285 horsepower shopping cart into the parking lot, you're happier than a spackler on stilts. You're living a do-it-yourself dream come true, because your Sierra has all the payload capacity you need to load up everything on your list. Where is that list? Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to. Cargo and load capacity limited by weight and distribution.
Good morning, Mark. What the? Hey, good news. Your identity and credit are okay.
Great. How about we close that shower curtain?
Hey, Mark.
What are you doing in my car?
Just letting you know your identity and credit are okay.
Identity theft can damage your credit at any time. Equifax Credit Watch monitors your credit and notifies you of key changes so you can act before serious harm is done. Get Equifax Credit Watch at Equifax.com.
Top of the third at Veterans Memorial Stadium, the Kernels just took a 2-1 lead against the Peoria Chiefs, and Eric Patterson, brother to Corey Patterson, stands in at the plate. And he lines that first pitch way down the left field line, and it goes foul into the grassy lawn where tons of kids in red caps go after the ball. Iowa Office Supply gave away tons of caps. They actually gave every single cap away today.
And they're nice caps, too.
They're very nice.
Julia's, you look very nice in your red Kernel cap there.
It was very hot down there before the game started, so I snatched one to hide the sun for a while. The 0-1 pitch to Eric Patterson is fouled away toward the third base line. 0-2 count to Eric Patterson. No outs here. Top of the third. Kernels lead 2-1. And there's a high fly ball right to left fielder Drew Toussaint, who makes the catch for the first out in the top of the third.
Number 9, third baseman, Aaron Sisk.
Now third baseman Aaron Sisk for the Chiefs will be at bat. He went 2 for 4 last night. He played in the Independent League last year with Edinburgh. He's a left-handed batter. He uses a black bat. It's a slight squat in his stance and takes a big swing and a miss for strike one.
And I think as we go along here for State Farm Insurance and their agents in Cedar Rapids, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, Gary Schubat, and Manny Peterson will go to the baseball scoreboard.
The 0-1 pitch is driven foul down the third base line.
And the Chicago White Sox won their 50th game of the year. The best record in the major leagues, defeating the Cubs today 12-2 on 12 runs and 13 hits. And the Cubs had 2 runs and 5 hits.
Ouch.
Du Bois hit his 7th home run. Hollingsworth his 3rd.
And now a big swing and a miss by Aaron Sisk for the second out in inning. 2 outs here, top of the third. Kernels lead the Chiefs by 1 run, 2-1. Kernels scored 2 in the bottom of the second, and the Chiefs scored in the top of the first.
Brzezinski is 11th, Greedy is 10th, Frank Thomas is 7th. Home runs today for the winning Chicago White Sox.
Now Ryan Harvey, the outfielder, right fielder tonight for the Chiefs, steps up to the plate, left-handed batter, broken bat swinging, throws over from Rodriguez to Walston for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. That was a 6-3 play for those of you scoring. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Here the Chiefs didn't leave anybody on base. They stranded 2 in the game. Kernels still lead the Chiefs 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the third. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's. Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99. Papa John's.
Better call Papa.
The following is an OnStar conversation.
Thank you for calling OnStar. This is Sheila.
I need to get some more minutes.
Okay, I can assist you with that.
I don't believe in cell phones when I'm driving, so this is my salvation.
OnStar Hands-Free Calling is a voice-activated calling feature built into OnStar-equipped vehicles, so subscribers can keep their hands on the wheel and eyes on the road.
Those minutes have been downloaded to your vehicle successfully.
Bless your heart. All of my friends, when they're going to buy cars, I just say, if you're smart, you'll get OnStar.
Well, thank you.
There are no additional access fees, roaming, or long-distance charges. And with prepaid minutes, you only pay for the minutes you use.
Y'all have gotten me out of some sticky situations.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Well, I think you all are the greatest thing since sliced bread.
You'll find OnStar on over 50 GM vehicles. OnStar by GM. To purchase hands-free calling minutes or learn more about this service, push your blue button or visit OnStar.com. OnStar hands-free calling is not available in Alaska and some other markets.
We're glad to have you with you here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Kernels have jumped on top of the Peoria Chiefs 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop for the Kernels, will lead it off. He had a single in the first inning, which was the only hit for the Kernels until they scored in the second. And the pitch to Sean Rodriguez is a ball low and away.
Interleague play continues. Cleveland leads Cincinnati 4-3 in the last half of the fifth. The Mets lead the Yankees 4-2 at New York in the last half of the fifth inning. Tampa Bay and Florida are 3-3 after 4. Boston and Philadelphia, it is 6-0 Boston after 5.
Sean checks his swing for ball 2 and then fouls away the next pitch, so a 2-1 count to Sean Rodriguez now.
Washington 2, Toronto nothing. Last half of the sixth inning, Baltimore, Atlanta. Atlanta 6-1 after 3. Minnesota and Milwaukee, no score into the second inning. Texas and Houston, no score after 2, and the other games are later on.
There's a ball high to Sean Rodriguez. 3-1 count. The 3-1 pitch is a strike just up on the outside corner. Full count to Sean Rodriguez. He's batting .273. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, 15 doubles, 3 triples. The right-handed batter uses a white ash bat, and he drives that ball way mile high out into center field. And Sam Fuld is back to make the catch on the warning track. Now Drew Toussaint is up for the Kernels. He was 3 for 4 last night with a 2-run homer in the first inning. Drew's bat is 2 colors. It's darker on the bottom with lots of pine tar and lighter ash on the top. The right-handed batter takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Kernels lead the Chiefs 2-1. Michael Collins stands on deck, and the 0-1 pitch is the ball high.
Well, if you've been at Uptown Friday night and looking for something to do, it's a beautiful night out here at the ballpark. Come join us.
The 1-1 pitch is a ball low. 2-1 count to Drew Toussaint. Drew has a pretty even stance. His feet are neither open nor very close. He swings and misses at strike two. 2-2 count, one out here, bottom of the third. The lights are on. The sun is gone and it is cooling off. It's dropped to 84 degrees here at the ballpark. Big swing and a miss for strike three. Drew Toussaint is down on strike.
Chris Shaver gave him a little inside curveball that time, and Toussaint was way off balance, and the stride had no chance.
Now one of the hottest bats for the Kernels is at the plate for Michael Collins. He's batting .315. He went 0 for 3 last night, which was just a walk. He came back off the disabled list and has been doing extremely well. The first pitch is driven right to set shortstop Anthony Granado, who throws the first for the third out in the inning. 3 up and 3 down. That was a 6-3 play. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third, 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, and no errors. 1 strikeout by Chris Shavers. And Kernels have left 2 on base. They still lead the Chiefs 2-1. We'll be back with the top of the fourth. You're enjoying Curl Baseball in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
How do I sign up to enjoy the game from the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub, Julia?
It's simple. All you have to do is register at the customer service booth, Center Court at Westdale Mall, then listen to Mix 96.5 FM to find out if your name is drawn as the winner of the Home Run Hot Tub. As the winner, you'll savor a breathtaking panoramic view of the ballgame from the soothing splendor and comfort just above the left field wall at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Cool. I'm going to go grab my swimsuit.
Wildcat Golf Course is ready to show you what makes us your local golf destination. 18 challenging holes for all skill levels. We have all of the services for you to have a great golf day. Check out our driving range before you tee it up, or grab your favorite sandwich from our bar and grill. Our pro shop is loaded with top golf gear from Strixon, Titleist, and Wilson, and awesome apparel from Ashworth and Nike. Wildcat is also the home course for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Take the 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids to see why Wildcat Golf Course is always something unexpected.
And now we're set to go into the first half of the fourth inning. John Rogers slips in beside me here, and we're ready to dissect what is so far a game of strategy and a game of pitching, and 2-1 Cedar Rapids. Fernando Rodriguez, back-to-back doubles, he gave up in the first inning. That cost a run, but Cedar Rapids got him back, and since that time, Rodriguez has gone to the curveball as a strikeout pitch and has done a little bit better. This one is inside for a ball. Now he winds and fires and misses outside, low and away. Ball 2 and no strikes. We have a special greeting tonight to the Cedar Rapids Jefferson class of 1985. They're out in the pavilion area. Hard hit ground ball that is foul, just on the foul side of third base. Well hit. It would have been another double had it been fair. Cedar Rapids has 2 runs, 3 hits, and Peoria a run and 3 hits and an error. Now the pitch. Swung on and a drive deep into left center field. This is not catchable, and it is gone. A home run. Luis Montanez drives that ball over the 407-foot mark, and they're teeing off on the Rodriguez fastball for Montanez, his 8th home run of the year, and the game is now 2-2.
It is not easy to hit a ball out of this ballpark where Montanez just hammered that one. as you said, Bob, over the 407-foot mark in left center field. That's the deepest part of this ballpark, and
with ease.
With ease.
There's a little humpback liner that drops in front of Rodriguez. Here's the throw, dug out by Walston. Nice play. He's out at first.
I don't know which half of the play was better, the fielding play by Rodriguez on that second hop, deep at short, or the terrific dig of the throw out of the dirt. That Chris Walston has really held his ground beautifully at first base. That is not an easy pickup to make on that nasty throw in the dirt.
It's amazing how you play better defense when you have a few base hits. This pitch is a slider that is low and outside. Rodriguez fastball tonight is no mystery to date on Peoria. Given up 2 doubles and a home run and a foul ball out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a 2-2 game.
The fireworks tomorrow evening will be brought to us by our longtime supporters at Procter & Gamble. Oh, Michael Collins is taking quite a long time talking it over with Fernando Rodriguez Jr., and that prompts Jason Creek, the plate umpire, to come on out and say, hurry it up, guys.
I imagine he said, I don't want to see any more of those juicy fastballs come in here.
Thank you.
The batter is Anthony Granado. Grounded out in his first appearance, in the pitch. Or a ball, a little bit low. Looking out over the crowd here tonight, it's amazing to see Ed Lynch in the audience. There's a ball that's, again, low and outside. He was the vociferous general manager of the Chicago Cubs. Now he's a roving scout for them.
And he's wearing jeans and a Hawaiian shirt right down below us.
There's another ball inside, and that is the first walk given up tonight by Rodriguez. Fernando has a little trouble here again in the fourth.
I have to hand it to Ed Lynch, Bob. He loves the game. A lot of guys, when they were unceremoniously removed from high positions of corporate power, or in Ed's case, the top man in the Cubs system, their general manager, they wouldn't want any part of staying in the organization. But the Cubs know that they have a good baseball man in Ed Lynch, and he accepted their offer to stay on as a scout.
There's a strike over the heart of the plate, 85 miles an hour, and it's strike 1. One of the longest nights I've spent at a ballpark, Ed Lynch was there with us. Here's the pitch. Foul, bounced up over the Chiefs dugout and out into the stands.
Bob, was he pitching for the Mets?
Oh, no. No, he was the general manager of the Cubs.
Where were you?
In Des Moines.
Oh, you were in Des Moines.
It was before the Drake relays, early in the year, as you well know, and Ed Lynch was in town scouting, too, a pitcher by the name of Hideo Nomo.
1994 or 5?
Yeah.
Because Nomo was a rookie in 95 with the Dodgers.
The Cubs were looking to trade for Nomo, who was looking for a job. There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out, but a swipe of second is made by Granado. Stolen base, and he easily stole that off the pitcher.
5th strikeout for Fernando Rodriguez, and now he has to pitch around that walk and stolen base to keep this game tied at 2 in the top of the 4th inning. So Ed Lynch was scouting Hideo Nomo. Nomo's had an up-and-down career, Bob.
Yes, he has. He pitched, but the interesting part of it, the reason the thing took so long, about 5 o'clock in Des Moines, it started to just pour and rain and rain. I went over to Sec Taylor Stadium, and it was still raining. I went up to the suite area, just pouring. There wasn't a soul in the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side, knocked down by Casilla. throw. He is out. Nice play. Alan Rick grounds out from Casilla to Walston. And 1 run scored on the big home run by Luis Montanez. There were no errors and 1 man left on. So at the end of 3.5, it's 2-2. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take the family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month, and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town? That's freaking unbelievable. Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
In the world of golf, the word titanium is becoming key to a great game of golf. Just think about it. Titanium drivers, even titanium golf balls. Now get the titanium that will really help your game. Maui Jim Titanium Sport Sunglasses, featuring their patented Polarized Plus technology, which eliminates glare so completely, you'll read putts and see your target line a whole lot better. Maui Jim Titanium Sport Sunglasses.
For both single vision and progressive prescription Maui Jim glasses, visit Arcade Opticians, 1953 First Avenue.
Well, last night Greg Nettles was here in the ballpark, thanks to Berthel Fisher, and tonight Ed Lynch is here. So, and we were talking about his taking a look one rainy, stormy night in Des Moines at Hideo Nomo, who came to go through a pitching tryout. And it rained and rained and rained and rained. About 9 o'clock, I told Sam Burnaby, I said, you're not going to get this game in. And he's the general manager and now part owner of the Iowa Cubs, as Freddy Sandoval is the batter and takes a strike, inside and low for a ball, and we're even at 1-1. He said, listen, Ed Lynch is here. We're playing the game, no matter if it takes till 2 in the morning, because he's got to go back to Chicago. A splintered bat and a foul ball off to the right by Sandoval. The wood today isn't what it used to be, my friends. We've had splintered lumber all over the yard tonight. But anyway, finally, Hideo came out before an audience of 1 to pitch. And just reading Ed's body language, I could tell that he was not enamored with Hideo Nomo. But we did have more than one person watching, because as soon as Nomo showed, here came the Japanese paparazzi. And it was a media circus. So we had a circus and 1 spectator, and that was it.
I bet you Ed Lynch remembers that night in Des Moines.
I'm sure he does, because he didn't get back to Chicago until sunup.
Boy, I know Nomo had that great rookie season with the Dodgers in '95. He should have won the the Rookie of the Year. I think Chipper Jones edged him out. Freddy Sandoval shaken up after he bashed that foul ball off his foot and
hit him on the instep.
Well, Bobby Magianis is coming down the third baseline to check him out. Nomo had that incredible rookie season with the Dodgers, and he didn't speak a lick of English, and not only did the paparazzi from Japan follow him with the same smothering coverage that they gave Ichiro Suzuki in Seattle a couple of years ago, but Nomo had to have an interpreter everywhere he went. And least anyone forget, Hideo Nomo was a pioneer for the influx of Japanese ball players. He was a real anomaly 12 years ago or 10 years ago when he broke in with the Dodgers in '95. People weren't sure if a Japanese ball player could compete.
Ground ball to the third baseman, and Sisk throws him out. One man is gone. Sandoval ran okay going down the line, so got to be all right. Here's Giannotti, 2-2 game, and Chris Shaver, the left-hander, on the mound for the Peoria Chiefs here in the last half of the fourth inning. Now the motion, here's the pitch. Strike is called on the inside corner. I was also at Wrigley Field one year when Ed Lynch was signed to a contract extension. High drive to left field. This is going. It is down. A home run by Richard Giannotti over the 400-foot mark in left center field. Hit high hop, my friends, out into the street. Big home run by the G-Man, his third home run of the year, and the Kernels lead 3-2. Another good fastball, and he jumped on it from Chris Shaver. And the fourth hit by the Kernels.
Well, that was an unexpected jolt. We we marveled at Richard Giannotti's great bunting ability the first 2 months of the season, and I remember you chirping, Bob, well, let's see him hit some home runs, and he has hit 3 now, and that was a big one to give the Kernels the lead back.
This pitch is inside and low to the right-handed hitter, Jordan Brent. He had a base hit and a run scored in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on a changeup. And we go to 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Kernels trailed 1-0, led 2-1, tied 2-2, now lead 3-2. Pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. Up with it, Granato in time for the out. And Granato is a pretty good operative at the shortstop spot.
4 or 5 years ago, Bob, I got to see Nate Freese play for the Lansing Lugnuts, and I believe Nate he was with the Iowa Cubs, but I believe he was injured.
Well, he's been injured all of his career, and I believe now he's in Double-A.
I think you're right. Hopefully healthy.
There's a fly ball to right that should end the inning. Making the catch, Harvey, and the last half of the fourth is over, but not before the Kernels regain the lead at 3-2 on Giannotti's rather high, hard, and prodigious home run. 1 run and 1 hit. There were no errors and none left. And we have played 4. The Kernels lead at 3-2. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Center Point Road Northeast.
The notion of a 40-hour work week is several hours short of reality. Working long hours is a given when you run your own business. And since it's tough to be away from your business during the day, we offer special Gold Key hours, early morning hours from 7 to 10 when we're open exclusively for business members. We know that time and money are important to you. Helping you make the most of both is why we're here. Sam's Club. We are in business for small business.
Now we start the fifth inning out here at the ballpark with the Kernels up with the score of 3-2. We've had a high overcast settle over the ballpark on an 84-degree night. The wind has died down, so the home runs tonight weren't helped a great deal. There's a swing and a line drive into left center field for a base hit to start the top of the fifth. Runner's going to try for second. The throw goes over Casilla's head and is finally corralled by the catcher.
They're going
backing up the play, Michael Collins.
They're going to rule it a double all the way for Sam Fuld, and that is a great lead-in to our Did You Know question. It's a double for Fuld. Did you know that this batter that just doubled, Sam Fuld, when he was with the Stanford Cardinal in 2003, Fuld broke the College World Series career hit record that was held by Keith Moreland of the Texas Longhorns in the mid-'70s. Sam Fuld, the tying run at second, had 23 hits in 8 College World Series games in 2003. What an accomplishment for Sam Fuld, the runner at second, with a leadoff double here in the Chiefs' fifth inning.
And that is the third Chiefs double of the night, tying run at second base. And from the stretch, Rodriguez looks and throws. Swing and a high foul out of play. The infield in a little bit. Well, Sam Fuld, here he is in Class A ball after those wonderful hits in the College World Series, and he's batting .245.
That's the difference between the amateur game and the pro game.
And the steel bat.
Yes.
Swing and a line drive in the left field base head. One hop to Toussaint, and the runner holds at third. So, again, Rodriguez's fastball is being, well, he's roughed up by it, certainly.
First hit of the series in 7 at-bats for Eric Patterson, and now the Chiefs have a great chance not only to tie the game here in the fifth, but to take the lead. First and third, nobody out.
And the batter is Aaron Sisk, the third baseman. He doubled and scored in the first. So as the crowd settles in, this ball game settles into a scoring affair. The infield would try and like to get the double play, and they'd give up a run to do it. Sis steps out of the batter's box. Now he's ready, and Michael Collins gives him the sign. Here's at the belt for Rodriguez. Throw over to first base, and the runner is back. So Peoria making better contact tonight than they did last night against Carl Gillen. Rodriguez is ready. He's won 4, lost 3 this year. Here's the delivery. Swung on, and a ground ball down the left field line. It's a foul ball.
Julio Garcia didn't think so.
No, that's the second time he has argued tonight. That ball just skipped outside of the third base bag.
And Garcia, a third of the way down the third base line, standing right on the third base line with his hands across his chest, is arguing with Jason Creek, who called it strike one. It would have tied the game and would have put the go-ahead run at third with nobody out, but it was called foul for strike one.
Now getting ready again, Aaron Sisk, the count. Strike one, as John told you, and runners lead at first and third. And now the runner can be picked off first. He is out at first base. Patterson was going to go, but Rodriguez made a terrific move through to Walston, and they got him. Patterson got too far off the bag, thought about going anyway, then decided to go back, and then, my friends, it was too late.
Big play in this game, Bob. The Colonel infield will remain back and trade a run for an out, but how did Fernando Rodriguez keep his cool and not balk home the tying run? He did a terrific job.
Here's the pitch. High slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, that ought to make Fernando feel better about himself.
If he gets this batter, he has a chance to get out of the inning.
Well, Ryan Harvey will be next. At the belt. Here it is. Well, he's now in trouble again as he hit the batter right in the small of the back.
And that is the 7th batter that has been hit by Fernando Rodriguez in this his 15th start. That's the last thing he wanted to do, is put that runner at first after picking off Eric Patterson. And now Kernan Ronan is coming out to the mound to talk it over with his 20-year-old right-hander.
And Rodriguez out there was also doing a little back exercise, trying to... I have an idea he feels that back is tightened up on him.
And that's why Kernan is asking him point blank, can he continue in this game? And I think you're right, Bob. They're bringing the trainer, Eric Munson, out. You noticed something in his back, and Eric Munson's been called out. So is Bobby Magallanes, sprinting out of the Colonel first base dugout, and Fernando Rodriguez may have hurt himself.
Well, those last 2 pitches, one sailed in so high that he overthrew it. I think he could have ripped a muscle in his back.
Oh, this is not a good development with the score 3-2 Kernels. The score is a minor consideration now. The Kernels are likely going to take all the time they need to get another pitcher warmed up if they let Fernando Rodriguez. And you're right, Bob. Fernando is showing his upper body motion to Eric Munson, the trainer, and indeed he may have, let's hope, just strained a muscle in his back and not pulled or, as you said, ripped one. If he ripped a muscle, he'll be out for a long time, but they may be, the Kernels are going to have to bring in a reliever, I think. No decision's been made yet.
Nope, and nobody's gone down to start warming up.
Now,
but there's a motion now by Kernan Ronan back to the dugout area. They're going to have Fernando Rodriguez try a couple of throws here. See what the story is. On a night like this, you shouldn't feel any kind of stiffness in your body.
Well, that's going to be it. And the Kernels are going to give Ronnie Ray as much time as he needs to get loosened up. And as a result, with Ronnie Ray coming on here, Julia Jansen, come on down here in the top of the 5th inning. Let's have you team up with Bob, and we've got plenty of time with Ronnie Ray. He gets as much time as he needs to warm up. We'll let you and Bob tell our listeners about the Springhouse Restaurant.
Well, let's do it. We'll have, can we have them call in now? Well, you're the producer, John. The Springhouse Restaurant Trivia Story tonight. Be sure to stop into the Springhouse tomorrow night for their slow-cooked pork ribs. Those Springhouse slow-cooked pork ribs are just outstanding. They're very, very tender. The pork falls right off the bone. So they are slow-cooked and ready for you tomorrow. Pork ribs at the Springhouse tomorrow night. Have an order of those ribs and then come on out here to the ballpark for the ball game, Peoria and Cedar Rapids, and then the fireworks to follow. All right, Julia, let's go trivia hunting.
It's Cubs related again, since the Chiefs are the affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs acquired 3 players from the Pirates down the stretch en route to their 2003 NL Central Division title. Name 2 of them. The Cubs acquired 3 players from the Pirates in 2003. Name 2 of them. Our phone number here is 896-7589. If you haven't already called in and won a prize, why don't you give us a ring and take a guess at naming 2 of those 3 Cubs players that came from the Pirates in 2003. 896-7589.
And we'll remind our listeners that because of a strained back, Fernando Rodriguez has left the game. Ronnie Ray has come on to warm up. And in pitching, 4 1/3 innings tonight, Rodriguez gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, and there was 1 error made behind him. As for Ronnie Ray, he is 1-1 on the year. His ERA is a hefty 8.31. He's only been in 4 games, and he has pitched only 8 2/3 innings, so he hasn't had much work. 11 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned. There have been no homers. He has walked 6. He has struck out 5. So we'll see if on a warm night with some humidity, if Ray can come on and put out the fire here and go on from there. Kernels lead with a score of 3-2. Julia, do we have a winner?
Yes, congratulations to Scott Gienap of Anamosa, Iowa. He named Aramis Ramirez and Randall Simon as 2 of the 3 Cubs players that came from the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 2003 series, I guess, their stretch to win the Central Division title. The 3rd player was Kenny Lofton. I know I wanted to forget him too, but he became a really important leadoff man for the Chicago Cubs.
Yes, he did. Here is Ryan Harvey. Ronnie Ray is set up and ready to go now as a right-handed pitcher, and doesn't take long to warm up tonight. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swung on, little nubber down along the third base line. In time to tag the man coming in from third. How about that? If you want to see a mistake, that, my friends, was one of them. A little nubber down along the third base line, and breaking for the plate was Sam Fuld. And consequently, Sam, the ball, and Ronnie Ray arrived 2/3 of the way down the line at the same time. All Ray had to do was pick up the ball and tag the runner.
He put himself in a little danger there. He actually slid in front of the runner and then tagged him, so he's lucky he didn't get stepped on.
Well, that was a bad running error by the Peoria Chiefs.
I wasn't even sure how to score that. Would you?
That's 3 unassisted, or 1 unassisted.
Wow.
He made the play. He made the out. That's it.
Ronnie Ray took care of things all by himself there.
The runner did advance from first to second, Aaron Sisk. And that brings back Ryan Harvey to the plate. The pitch. Curveball is low. Or check that. Harvey at first now with Luis Montanez. On the fielder's choice, Harvey got to first base. So with 2 out, Ronnie Ray, that was my friends, a shocking play. This one a little bit low, ball 2 and no strikes. So at second base, Sisk, and at first base, Harvey, and Montanez, the batter. He had a home run the last time up. Here's the pitch. Curve, drops it low and outside at 88 miles an hour. Ray is 6'3", 195 pounds, from Pacific, Missouri. Was with the Kernels here last year for a time, and also at Provo. At the belt, here's the pitch. Again, low, and now the bases are loaded. Montanez draws a base on balls, and Ray is not out of this yet. Sisk now at third, Harvey at second, Montanez at first, and Bernard, the DH, hitting .287, has not had a home run, and was a strikeout victim in the first, grounded out in the fourth. The pitch, curve, still won't hit the strike zone. Ball 1 and no strikes. Now Ray is going to have to throw strikes. The pitch. Drops low. He tried to aim it. This one went in the dirt, and it's ball 2 and no strikes. Kernels still lead 3-2. But in this inning, there's been a double, a single, a hit batsman, a fielder's choice, a pickoff of a runner, and the tag of a runner trying to score, and all of that, and no scores for Peoria Chiefs. Another ball is outside. That makes it 3-0. So, Ray, all of a sudden, after warming up and making a good play, now throws a strike on the inside corner. Bernard thought that for sure that was ball 4. And the skipper of Peoria, Julio Garcia, has had his disagreements with the plate umpire Jason Creek tonight, and for the third time has a disagreement with him. Stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. So Ray battles to 3-2. And now he needs his best pitch in a 3-2 situation. Runners will be going. Bases are loaded. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. At the belt. And the fake of the throw to second. Batter now steps out. Bernard is a catcher and a DHer. Alan Rick is a catcher tonight. There's a swing and a bouncing ball. Shortstop grabs it, turns, throws. He is out at first. Great play by Rodriguez. What an inning. And now the Chiefs argue that they didn't get the guy at first base. Bernard grounds out from Rodriguez to Walston. When we come back, I'm going to review the top half of this inning because this is a phantom as to how a team cannot score when they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people hit. And it's a 3-2 Kernel lead, and the Kernels will take it. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction is guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Come and visit one of our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Please call 378-1221. Hometown Restyling. There's no place like home.
I'll live for you, I'll feed your cats, I'll fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, spend against that. I'll shave my soul patch before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck too strategically, hide my tattoos if I can. I'm quitting the band, cause I'm waiting your hand. I'm giving you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, Rich taste, forget it. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'm shocked with you, always be true. I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. So this Dr. Pepper is mine. So refreshing taste, drinking by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Isn't even a word.
Last half of the 5th inning, but the first half of the 5th inning was something. And Chris Walston will be the first batter for the Kernels. The pitch swung on and fouled back into the screen. John Rogers has joined us up here in the broadcast booth, and 6 people batted, but they didn't dent home plate.
And 5 of them reached base.
There's a swing on a changeup, and Walston didn't get it. A double, a single, a hit batsman, a fielder's choice, and a walk and nothing. Bringing another foul as Walston protects the plate.
A man picked off Eric Patterson at first. A man tagged out trying to score from third to home by Ronnie Ray. And then a phenomenal play by Sean Rodriguez to take not one, Bob, but 2 runs away from the Chiefs on that ground ball through the middle by Oscar Bernard.
That was a wonderful play by Rodriguez. And by Walston, too, to stay on the bag. And that's a frustrating situation. There's a swing on another changeup, and Walston strikes out. One gone. And after all of that, it's still 3 Cedar Rapids and 2 for Peoria. This is the game you've got to win when things like that are happening. That brings up Alexi Casilla, flied out to center, grounded out, and the pitch is outside and high by Chris Shaver, the left-hander of the Peoria Chiefs. Ball 1 and no strikes. Shaver follows again, and Casilla lines the ball for an out to Drew Larson. 2 gone.
Alexi's 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball hard 2 of his 3 times up. The final line on Fernando Rodriguez Jr., who had to leave this game with what looked to be a strained muscle in his back. He went 4 1/3, surrendered 2 runs on 6 hits, struck out 5 Chiefs, walked 1, and hit a batter. He had to be lifted after he struck Aaron Sisk with a pitch in that top of the 5th inning.
Now the delivery inside and low for a ball. Ball 1 and no strikes. Even Ed Lynch would have to shake his head at that, I think. There's a swing and a foul back into the screen. That's kind of a Cub story, isn't it?
Futility or bad luck, whatever you want.
The only thing different would be if it was the last of the 9th.
Right.
At Wrigley Field.
And Steve Bartman was sitting in seats down the left field line.
There's a swing and a miss by Rodriguez. Shaver has pitched well. He's given up 4 hits. One of them a Giannotti home run. Now there isn't any wind at all. The pitch. He tried a golf swing at it, didn't get it. Catcher drops the ball, but Rick throws to first in time. It's a strikeout of Rodriguez by Chris Shaver, and the Kernels go meekly by the board with no runs and no hits, no errors, none left. And we have completed 5 innings now, 3-2, Cedar Rapids. Now we'll see what Ray has as we start inning number 6. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
June is Perennial Gardening Month. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center are your perennial plant experts. Peck's offers a great selection and a great variety of quality perennials, ready for you to plant in your own garden. Buy 2 of Peck's hardy perennial plants and get 1 free of equal or lesser value. Choose from favorites including daylilies, coneflowers, daisies, and so many more. Peck's annual flower plants are on sale too. Choose geraniums, wave petunias, and other long-blooming favorites. Buy 2, get 1 free of equal or lesser value. Peck's reminds you to stop in for their weekly fresh flower feature, 1 dozen short stem roses, $9.95 a dozen, cash and carry. Peck's Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery, and Landscaping at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road, Northeast. Growing with Eastern Iowa since 1956.
Interview that can only be described as intriguing, stimulating, and downright impressive. Former Major Leaguer Mickey Rivers interviews heavyweight boxer Kevin McBride.
Well, it's going to be a lot, so, you just better get something like that. I know it ain't going to go no 10 rounds in a different zone.
Now that, my friend, was deep. Learn more weekdays on the Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
This is
Well, we have a little bit of everything here at the ballpark tonight, both on and off the field. You always have fun at Veterans Stadium out here during a Midwest League ball game, not only because of the screwy things that happen on the field, but the screwy things that and the entertaining things that happen in the stands that are programmed for your entertainment. Tonight we had Mexican music and Christmas time dancing
in 85-degree temperatures.
I'll tell you one thing, that green and red and a Mrs. Santa Claus costume this time of year are really out of place.
And that's the beauty of it. It's a great marketing decision by Center Stage, the folks right across from the KCRG studios with the costumes.
Ground ball to the third baseman. Sandoval gets low, picks it up and throws. Renato out, one gone.
Anytime something looks out of place and catches your eye, it's a good decision by that sponsor for marketing because people will always be talking about it. Can you imagine seeing Santa Claus and his elves and Mrs. Claus at the Kernel game on that hot Friday night in June? Oh, yes. That caught my eye, as a matter of fact. It's one of the few things I remembered about the game. Center Stage put it on. Great job by Jessica Ferguson of our staff to suggest Christmas in June here tonight.
There's a ball that's outside, and there's a strike over the outside corner. Ronnie Ray, the second pitcher of the night for the Kernels because of Rodriguez's back problem. There's a swing and a foul off to the right.
Ronnie's on for the fifth time in relief for the Kernels, 1-1 record, a ERA of just over 8. But he did some job getting out of that jam in the top of the fifth inning to keep the Kernels ahead.
This time the curveball is off the corner. Also in that melange of things, there was a ball that was called a strike. High bouncing chop to Sandoval, throws in time, 2 gone. Sandoval throws out Drew Larson.
Bob, are you talking about the 3-0 pitch to Oscar Bernard?
Yes, that saved the ranch.
It sure did. The plate umpire, with Bernard taking 4 steps towards first base, ruled it a strike, and Ronnie Ray wound up getting him thanks to a fantastic play behind second by Sean Rodriguez to throw out Bernard with the bases loaded.
Well, you don't get bad breaks all the time.
That's true. You work hard, and that's what people say about Ozzie Guillen and his White Sox. Well, they're getting all the breaks. Yes, but you work hard to get the breaks.
Swing and a fly ball to center should retire the side. Giannotti is there. He gloves it, and the top half of the 6th inning is history. With no runs and no hits and no errors, none left, and unbelievable here. I'm still looking at the top half of the 5th inning. 6 batters and no runs. But the Kernels now will come on in the last half of the 6th inning, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Saturday morning, it's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on the Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 3600 Highway 151 East in Marion. Only here on The Zone.
Now you can say Go Hawks with authentic Hawkeye merchandise from the official Iowa Hawk Shop. You can shop online anytime at www.hawkshop.com or stop by one of our stores in the Iowa City Coralville area. Our main store on Highway 6 in Coralville is open 7 days a week. We have the latest styles available and sizes to fit just about everyone, including Nike sideline apparel. When you shop at the official Iowa Hawk Shop, all your purchases help support University of Iowa athletic and student programs. Shop online at www.hawkshop.com or call 1-800-HAWK-SHOP. Go Hawks!
You can look, but you're not going to find a better golf value than Hunter's Ridge in Marion. Hunter's Ridge, home of the Greater Cedar Rapids Open, provides challenges for every level of golfer. 5 tees and 2 distinct nines give you a different look every time you play. Hone your swing and short game on your own or with our pros. At Hunter's Ridge, it's all about the golf. Tee it up at Hunter's Ridge Golf Course in Marion.
John Rogers, Bob Brooks out here at the ballpark where the Kernels lead it 3-2, and here's Drew Toussaint. Welcome tonight to 473 Tix Plaza, the ACT group, Hiawatha Kids League, and the First Baptist Church. And there's a ground ball over behind second base. Here's the throw. He is out on a sensational play by Eric Patterson. Patterson backhanded the ball, going away from first, and that momentum carried him to the outfield grass. Then he had to whirl and throw in one motion, got enough on the ball to get Toussaint. We've seen some absolutely marvelous plays around the Keystone Sack here tonight
by both teams. And on the receiving end of that throw from Patterson, Drew Larson, the throw was in the dirt, but Drew dug it out, and Toussaint had a hit taken away from him. That is now 6 in a row, retired by Chris Shaver, since Giannotti broke a 2-2 tie with a homer in the 4th inning.
After taking the ball, the right-handed batter, Michael Collins, takes another pitch inside for ball 2 and no strikes. Here it is. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. High hop. This will be easy for Renato, and he threw him out. That's a good combination the Chiefs have out there. Patterson at second and Renato at short.
And 7 in a row for this 6'7" lefty, Chris Shaver. He did not pitch well his last start, Sunday before the All-Star break in Davenport. 4 innings. He gave the swing of the Quad Cities 7 runs in 4 innings on 8 hits. Struck out 2, walked 3, but he's pitching dominantly right now.
This pitch is blowing inside to the right-handed hitter, Freddy Sandoval. He's flied out and grounded out. Hitting 241. Ball 1 and no strikes. Now the pitch. Swung on, and again a splintered bat and a little infield pop is taken by Patterson at second base to retire the side. So the Kernels again go down without damaging anything. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left. We have played 6 innings, and the Kernels have 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Peoria 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
It's summertime, summertime, summertime.
Yes, it's summertime, when everybody wants to have fun. But there are still chores to be done. One of those chores, of course, mowing the yard. Your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling recommend using a mulching mower. It saves time, tagging takes longer, and saves money by restoring natural nutrients to your lawn, reducing the need to use expensive fertilizers. Grass cycling gives you a healthier lawn, reduces yard waste, and saves landfill space.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late for lunch, but I have a good reason.
Let me guess. New purse, new shoes. Hey, new haircut.
Yeah, I had a change of heart with my hairstyle and stopped by Cost Cutters.
Oh.
So, what you think?
I think it looks great.
I love the color and the layers.
Yeah, I like it and all, but I'm sure you'll change it next week.
Hey, my hair is always a struggle. One minute I love it, the next I'm ready for a whole new hair color. Cost Cutters is the only salon that can keep up with my changing style.
Ooh, remember when you had it short and spiky?
Or when it was shoulder length and red.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
You know, I should try shoulder length and red.
Chris?
Yes.
All I know is that Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
And me.
Ditto.
Hey, gang, for once we all agree.
Yeah.
Make your neighborhood Cost Cutters the only salon for you and your style. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment, Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
After 6 innings, the Kernels clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Peoria Chiefs. Welcome back. Before we tell you about the top of the 7th inning, we want to recognize our great supporters from Physicians Clinic of Iowa. They're on the Miller Mezzanine Terrace above the Kernel first base dugout this evening, and the Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report we shared the good news with you earlier. Josh LeBlanc, who started the season as the Colonel's second baseman and then broke a hamate bone and was gone for the rest of the first half, will rejoin the ball club tonight, and that means a impending roster move by the Kernels. We'll know about it tomorrow. Strike one is into Sam Fuld from Ronnie Ray. Now a line drive right to Chris Walston, who reaches up like he's stopping traffic and nabs it.
That ball had double written all over it, and it's still 3-2.
Fuld was the guy that doubled to lead off that wacky top of the fifth inning in which Peoria sent 6 men to the plate. 5 of them reached base, but none of them scored off Fernando Rodriguez and Ronnie Ray. 1 gone on the line drive by Fuld. Here's Eric Patterson, who singled his last time up and then was picked off first by Fernando Rodriguez before Fernando hit the next batter and then had to be lifted from the game with a bad back. Strike 2 from Ronnie Ray to Eric Patterson, the leadoff batter, with a .359 average to lead the Midwest League. Patterson's a left-handed batter with an open stance, and he holds his black lacquer bat straight up and down like a Roman candle. And swings at a changeup and misses. Strike 3. Ronnie Ray is now retired. 6 straight Chief batters.
Well, he had Patterson that time right where he wanted him. He had him set up with that changeup, and Eric is a wonderful fielder and has a great average, but the young man still has a lot to learn at the plate.
And that's why he's here in this league, leading the league in hitting, but as Bob said...
He has all the tools, I'll tell you.
Yes, and we've really held him in check in this series. He's 1 for 8.
Well, this is the second game of a 4-game series.
Long way to go. A grounder to third, and Aaron Sisk is thrown out by Freddy Sandoval, and that is now 7 in a row set down by Ronnie Ray. 7 in a row retired by the Colonel right-hander, Ronnie Ray. We're going to keep it right here for a moment to let you experience one of the great traditions in baseball, the fans standing for the 7th inning stretch, and they'll sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, the Colonels clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Chiefs. Let's listen in for a moment and enjoy one of the great traditions of professional baseball. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Kernels. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kill Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road, Northeast.
There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Lefty Chris Shaver has just socked a double over the head of Ryan Harvey in right, and Richard Giannotti reaches base for the 3rd time in a row. He snaps a string of 8 in a row, retired by the tall Peoria lefty. Ryan Harvey looked a little bit lost on that deep drive to right, Bob. I'm not saying he should have caught it, but it looked like he didn't get a good read on it.
It looked to me, too, and Harvey's defense as if he just misjudged it right off the bat.
Here's a throw to second into center field, and Richard Giannotti will race to third, and he's there with nobody out. The first error committed by the Chiefs is a costly one, as the lefty Chris Shaver spun and then threw his peg high into center field, E1, and Richard Giannotti was alert, and he raced to third, and there's a runner at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh inning as the Kernels try to add to a narrow one-run lead of 3-2.
And we're going to get action in the bullpen of the Peoria Chiefs, and this is a big run at third base, John.
Huge run.
This is one you want to get home in a 3-2 ball game.
Can Jordan Renz do it with the infield playing halfway for Peoria? Jordan Renz doubled in a run in the third inning. He rips the first pitch foul straight back. Actually, Renz doubled in Giannotti back in the second inning to make it a 2-1 Colonel lead.
It's now 3-2.
And the infield is halfway for Peoria. Renz lifts one into left. This should score the run. I don't know if the left fielder sees it. He lost it, but it's Sam Fuld who comes to the rescue. He drops it on the warning track. He drops it. A run is home, and the Kernels lead it 4-2. 4-2 Kernels. Sam Fuld was trying to bail out his left fielder, Luis Montanez, and they're going to argue, the Chiefs are, that Fuld caught it, and when he was taking it from his glove to throw home to try to get Giannotti, he didn't have a prayer. The Chiefs are going to argue that
Garcia is going to get tossed, I think, tonight. He's already been out 3 times on different plays, basically with the plate umpire, but now he's out after Mike Lusky.
And Julio Garcia is all over Mike Lusky in the middle of the diamond. They've ruled it a double for Jordan Renz. Renz hit it a mile high, and there you go, Bob. There's your pink slip.
He's been aching for that tonight.
What he's arguing, first of all, the run would have scored on a sacrifice fly by Renz. Listen to this crowd. Montanez gave the universal distress.
There he's going to throw the bag.
Oh! Well, this has gotten kind of ugly. It's one thing to do that at the big league level, but at this level, Julio Garcia picked up third base, moved it 10 feet into foul ground, then slammed it into the dirt to say to the plate umpire, you missed a couple tonight too, my friend. And the crowd kind of turned on Julio Garcia and booed him unmercifully. Now Ronald Klein, the Colonel equipment manager, the only guy I suppose, listened to the hand for the Colonel equipment manager. He comes out to put third base back in his mooring. Let's get back, Bob, to Montanez losing the ball in the light to the sky. And then Sam Fuld came to bail him out. Fuld appeared to catch the ball, and that was the contention of Julio Garcia. Garcia thinks Fuld caught the ball and then transferring it to his glove, dropped it. The base umpire, Mike Lusky, ruled that Fuld never caught the ball, and therefore Renz is credited with an RBI double, his second RBI double of the game, and the Kernels lead it 4-2 here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Well, I think you better go over the scoring on that play again, because there are 3 errors on the scoreboard.
So there's no double for Jordan Renz. There is no double for Jordan Renz. It's the second error of the game. I mistakenly said earlier that the throw into center field by Chris Shaver was the first error committed by Peoria. It was not. It was their second, and they've charged Sam Fuld with an error. Boy, that's a tough error when you're trying to bail out your left fielder who didn't see the ball. Fuld had to come half an acre to his right to even get a glove on it, but they charged him with an error. Now Madrigal fouls one away to the left and takes ball 1 low. So 2 errors in this inning, plus an ejection of the Peoria manager, Julio Garcia, And, Bob, we've had some fun here tonight.
Yes, and it's not over yet.
Not by any means. A change-up and a swing and a miss. And Madrigal's in the hole 1-2. Warner has one thing on his mind now, and that is to put the ball in play, hopefully on the ground to the right side of the Peoria infield to get Renz, who is not credited with a double. He reaches second on an error by the center fielder.
But the main thing is it's 4-2 as Madrigal strikes out.
On a changeup, and that strikeout for the lefty is his fourth of the game. It'll take a hit from Walston or Casilla if the Kernels are to up their lead to 3 runs here in the 7th inning.
You can't beat a rhubarb at the old ballpark. I sympathize tonight with Julio Garcia because he has had some things happen in this game that have been absolutely the most frustrating that you could imagine.
Okay, they credit Renz with a sacrifice fly, which is just, so he is not charged with the time at bat, and I still think they gave Sam Fuld an error, but we'll have to check into that. The 1-0 to Walston. Ooh, a swing and a miss. He kind of was feeling for that pitch and took rather a feeble cut at it. It's 1-1 to Chris, who belted a 3-run homer in the 8th inning last night to make it 9-1 Kernels in a 9-2 win. It was Walston's 5th home run of the year. He has an RBI tonight. And strike 2 on the outside corner at the knees from Chris Shaver. Man, this kid has pitched well, but he trails 4-2.
Well, that's another frustrating thing for the Peoria Chiefs.
Walston, a shot to short, and Granado knocks it down and throws Chris out.
Another nice play.
Yeah, Anthony took that one, Bob, right in the belt buckle in the breadbasket, a one-hop shot, and he looked Renz back to second and then threw Walston out for the second out of the inning. 2 gone. It'll take a base hit from Casilla now to make it a 5-2 Colonel lead, and out comes Tom Pratt, the pitching coach, to talk with his lefty, Chris Shaver. They may lift him here, although I don't see any reason why they would. He's pitched so well. You knew when Julio Garcia came out to contest that call on the drop by Sam Fuld in center, you knew he was going to get ejected, didn't you?
Yes. He'd been working on it, and the frustration finally boiled over. But look at the frustration that Bobby Magallanes has had in the first half of the season. He's had games like this, especially on the road. I know, John, you could enunciate many of them where, well, we did everything right, but what happened?
Right. And sometimes the guys at this level, the umpires, are a deciding factor because they're learning the game as well. Alexi Casilla in a big spot in this game, trying to make it a 5-2 Colonel lead, and he looks at the first pitch from the tall lefty outside, ball 1. 4-2 Kernels, Renz at second, 2 out for Alexi Casilla, who's nothing for 3 tonight, but has hit the ball hard 3 times. He's a switch hitter batting right, and he hits the ball foul. I think
he hit it twice.
I thought so, Bob. I thought I saw that the ball stuck to his bat, sort of, and he fouled it back for strike 1.
It should be 2 strikes.
I always joke about that, too.
If he played golf, it would be.
2 strokes. That's right. Alexi even on the count, 1-1, with Renz at second and 2 away. Shaver steps off the rubber and looks Jordan back to second. We'll credit Jordan Renz with a sacrifice fly and his second run driven into this game to give the Kernels a 4-2 lead. Alexi Casillas trying to make it 5-2 with a 2-out base hit. Curve, and he slices it to second. Good play by Eric Patterson to reach down and glove it and throw out Alexi Casilla, who lashed it sharply to second. So credit Chris Shaver for preventing the Kernels from doing further damage. The Kernels had Renz at second with nobody out and did not add to their lead. But they did score a run in the 7th inning, 1 run on 1 hit. 2 Chief errors, and the Kernels leave 1 man aboard. We've stranded 3 tonight.
And how hard was that to score 1 run?
That was like pulling teeth. We go to the top of the 8th inning, and the Kernels lead the Chiefs 4-2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
It's all over. You ate, you voted, and now a champion has been crowned. The winner of the Zone Bar and Grill Tour is Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill. to Bricks Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Slophouse and Saloon, CJ Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, Third on First Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Sauce's Clarion Hotel, we offer a conciliatory round of applause. With spatulas raised high, we salute you, Chuck and Dale. And lucky luncher Steve Mesher is the winner of the trip to Vegas. Congratulations to Steve and to Chuck and Dale's, and thanks to everyone who soiled a fork or sold a side of fries in this year's competition. The 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, proudly sponsored by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company, The Guide, and the best damn sports station anywhere, The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Iowa Realty sells more homes in Linn and Johnson counties than any other real estate company. This success is no accident. Innovative use of the Internet, TV exposure, newspaper, and direct mail allow Iowa Realty to provide the latest in marketing tools to their agents and clients. Serving the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City corridor, Iowa Realty's 150 full-time realtors offer the best in real estate, mortgage, and escrow services. Iowa Realty, pleased to be Eastern Iowa's best source for professional real estate service.
After 7, the Kernels lead it 4-2. Have been out-hit 6-5. The Chiefs have made 3 errors, the Kernels none, and the Peoria skipper, Julio Garcia, was tossed out of this game in that Kernel 7th inning. It'll be the heart of the Chief order to face Ronnie Ray, and Ryan Harvey, the big, tall, right-handed batter, tips one foul at the plate, strike one. The challenge continues, and we call upon you great Kernel fans to help our community achieve freedom from hunger. We're trying to help raise 30,000 pounds of food for area food assistance programs, and you can help. A ground ball hit sharply foul past third. It's 0-2 to Ryan Harvey. The 3rd annual Freedom from Hunger Community Challenge Drive, when we ask you to support it by bringing your donations of non-perishable food items to the ballpark tomorrow evening and Sunday afternoon. You can deposit your donations of non-perishable food items in the specially marked Freedom from Hunger totes in the stadium tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow night, it's Procter & Gamble Fireworks Night. The 0-2 to Ryan Harvey, and he swings and misses on a Ronnie Ray changeup in the dirt, and Michael Collins throws it away. Oh, no, into the right field corner, and this could be a turning point in the game. A strikeout, but Ryan Harvey ends up at second base. Oh, brother, that hurts. Ronnie Ray had retired. It was about to retire his 8th batter in a row. Ryan Harvey swung feebly at a changeup for strike 3, but reaches not first base, but second base on the first Kernel error of this game. Michael Collins did everything right. He stepped out in front of home plate and then threw it to the Kernel dugout side of first baseman Chris Walston for an error, and that really, really hurts.
Well, when you're throwing the ball over a 6'7" guy, you've let one fly.
That really hurts because now Luis Montanez, the cleanup batter, who has a home run and a walk tonight, is at the plate. Ball one is outside. We have a announcement coming from Andy Pantini, our director of entertainment, as a curveball is in to Luis Montanez. And it was well worth taking off the headsets to listen to what Andy had to deliver to us. We'll share it with you in a moment. Ronnie Ray misses with a curve outside. This is where you really have to pick each other up. Ronnie Ray he can't worry about the guy at second base. He has one job to do, and that is somehow get the first out of this 8th inning. Ooh, his fastball was ruled over but low. Ball 3 to Montanez, and Ronnie's behind 3-1.
And he didn't like that call either.
He thought the batter, Montanez, went around. The Kernels have Miguel Gonzalez warming up down the right field line. A strikeout of Ryan Harvey on a pitch in the dirt, but he's at second with nobody out on a throwing error by the Kernel catcher. Now ball 4, and we're in a heap of trouble now. You can just feel the momentum of this game shifting towards the Chiefs. They have runners at first and second with nobody out, and Oscar Bernard will likely be called upon to bunt the tying runs into scoring position. Out from the Kernel dugout comes Kernan Ronan to try to help Ronnie Ray out. The good news delivered by Andy Pantini, our director of entertainment, 3,044 here tonight.
Well, we better have a big crowd tomorrow for fireworks, too, because this game has had a lot of that, and this is turning into a very interesting series. Michelle Samar goes tomorrow night, and Jesse Estrada for Peoria, both right-handers.
The Kernels trying to overcome a strikeout on which the batter reached second on a throwing error and a walk, and it'll be Oscar Bernard who will likely be trying to bunt the tying runs into scoring position. Or will he be bunting? Ronnie Ray tries to get a tip-off on that, and as a result, he stepped off the rubber, looked the lead runner Harvey back to second. Oscar Bernard has not tipped his hand as to whether he's bunting or not. He squares, and he misses. They have a runner hung up between second and third, and they throw to third. Ryan Harvey is out at third base, out at third, as Michael Collins atones for his error big time. He threw to third, and Ryan Harvey was caught between second and third, and he was a goner at third base. What a big out for the Kernels.
I can't believe what's going on so far in tonight's game. This has been, the Kernels have taken advantage of it in a 4-2 ball game, and it is getting to the point of being unbelievable.
Ball one outside to Oscar Bernard. The strategy is now changed for Peoria. They'll swing away. Runner at first, one out. Ryan Harvey was caught between second and third, and Michael Collins calmly threw to third, where Sandoval tagged Harvey out. Now a chopper over the head of Freddy Sandoval for a base hit. Bad luck for Ronnie Ray. He made a good pitch, but the ball was hammered into the hard dirt in front of home plate for a Oscar Bernard base hit. And now it's first and second, one out for the shortstop, number 6 hitter Anthony Granado. Tough break for Ronnie Ray, Bob, when you hit the ball into the dirt like that and it catapults over the third baseman Sandoval's head for a single.
It bounced like a rubber ball that time. Just took off over the head of Freddy Sandoval. Tonight, Peoria's had 2 men picked off.
A breaking pitch is ruled a ball outside on a check swing by Granado.
They have had a runner coming in to score, and he ran right into a pitcher who happened to have the ball and tagged him out. Now they almost have the guy at second picked off again,
as a strike is called to Anthony Granado. Martinez, the runner at second, was almost caught off guard. Ronnie Ray looked back there, but then threw home for a strike.
Ricardo Medina is the third base coach now since the toss.
A fastball is downstairs, and it's 2-1 to Anthony Granado, who is grounded to third, walked, stolen second, and grounded to third. He's a .245 batter in 15 games with 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Shortstop Anthony Granado. High fly ball to deep right. In front of the track. Now on the track, Renz has it for the second out, and hoofing it over to third on the long fly ball to right by Granado is Luis Montanez. 2 gone here in the 8th inning, 4-2 Kernels. And Bob, that ball hit by Granado carried further out into right than I was comfortable with.
Yes, it was hit deep right in front of the warning track, but Renz was there, played it cleanly.
And now Michael Collins out to the hill. The batter is Drew Larson. He is singled, struck out, and grounded to third. 4-2 Kernels. Collins may be stalling for time, although Miguel Gonzalez, I think, is ready if needed in the Kernel bullpen.
Well, the question here is, Drew Larson is batting .268, right-handed hitter. Ronnie Ray's a right-handed pitcher. But do you want to put him on, for instance, to get to Alan Rick, who's batting .169?
That is a question that is a tough one to... You don't want to put the tying run at second, but at the same time, you'd almost rather pitch to Rick than Larson. A changeup is strike one from Ronnie Ray. First and third, 2 out for Peoria. 4-2 Kernels. We're in the top of the 8th inning. This has been some exciting ball game, second of a 7-game series between the Kernels and Peoria. A little nubber foul towards the Kernel dugout by Drew Larson, and he's in the hole 0-2.
The first pitch was a slider, second pitch was a curveball, and Ray has going to that tonight to try and calm things out here in a shaky top half of the 8th inning.
The 0-2 with runners at the corners. High and away, Ronnie wasted a fastball to Drew Larson. Drew is out of Jordan, Utah, went to Salt Lake Community College, and was a 9th-round pick by the Cubs in 2003. Played in this league a year ago with Lansing. And he drills one into right. Renz is going back, and Jordan spears it to end the inning. Drew Larson hit it well to deep right, and Jordan Renz drifted back to make the play, and the Kernels again stave off a ferocious charge by the Peoria Chiefs and maintain their lead.
How about that? Now 3 men, the first 3 men got on, and they did not score because one got picked off, and then there were 2 fly balls.
Well, the Kernels have made tremendous plays when they've counted so far tonight. No runs for Peoria, as Bob said, despite putting their first 3 runners on. 1 hit, no Kernel errors. Peoria leaves a pair. The Chiefs have stranded 8 runners in 8 innings. Take a deep breath and come on back with us for the bottom of the 8th as we head there. It's the Kernels 4 and the Chiefs 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meats and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Genghis Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay.
She is a spy.
And not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
Fresh food attack.
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
Advance Auto Parts. No one's ever ready for car trouble. Good thing Advance Auto Parts is ready. From headlights to taillights and every part in between, Advance has the name brands you trust. Monroe, Bendix, AC Delco, Autocraft, and many more. All in stock at ready-to-go low prices. You may not be ready for car trouble, but we will be. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and drop, ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
Change on Shaver's line. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned run.
With Bob Brooks, I'm John Rogers, and a new pitcher is on for the Peoria Chiefs, a right-hander, Adalberto Mendez. And his first pitch is grounded up the middle by Sean Rodriguez, but gliding to his left to scoop it up and throw Sean out is Anthony Granado. 1 pitch from Adalberto Mendez, and he retires Sean Rodriguez on a grounder to short to open up the 8th inning. Bob, the final line on the starter, Chris Shaver, let's just say this, when you give it, our fans will know that he deserved a better fate tonight.
Well, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 hits. There were 4 runs scored. 1 of them was earned. Only 1.
And he walked none. Mendez delivers a strike to Drew Toussaint, who's been quiet tonight, 0 for 3. Adalberto's next delivery outside. Mendez is working for just the second time out of the Chief bullpen. He pitched the last 2 seasons with the Lansing Lugnuts. 23-year-old right-hander from the Dominican who works from the stretch.
Shaver had 3 strikeouts, too.
And he fires a strike to Drew Toussaint. Mendez wears a blue glove, a Cub blue glove, and he works from the stretch with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Kernels. Man, did Ronnie Ray pitch well in relief of Fernando Rodriguez, the starter, and the question remains whether Ronnie will take the hill in the 9th or will Miguel Gonzalez come out of the Kernel bullpen to try to save it for Ronnie Ray.
I would think, with the way things look, that Gonzalez will come on.
It's 2-2 to Drew Toussaint, right-handed batter. Pitch up and in, ball 3 to Drew. The Kernels are in their red knit batting practice tops tonight with big white numbers on the back, white home trousers. They've been out hit 7-5 by Peoria, but as Bob said, have scored 3 unearned runs and lead it 4-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Drew Toussaint fights off a good pitch right in on his hands and fouls it up onto the grandstand roof. It's still a full count to the Colonel number 3 hitter, Drew Toussaint.
Julio Garcia, the manager, has been tossed out of tonight's game. Of course, is a veteran baseball man, but I imagine this is one of the queerer nights that he has experienced.
And he's been managing in the minor leagues for a dozen years. Adalberto Mendez ties up Drew Toussaint in knots with a pitch in on his hands, and Drew goes down swinging for strike 3. 2 gone quickly here in the Colonel 8th inning. Looking ahead to the Chiefs' 9th, they have their numbers 8 and 9 hitters due up, and then the top of the order. The Colonels would love to start a 2-out rally here in their half of the 8th and get some padding, put some padding on this 4-2 precarious lead. Here's a ground ball hit sharply to the left of the shortstop. He reaches down and stabs it and throws out Michael Collins. Michael bashed it hard to the left of Anthony Granado, and Granado, with very quick reflexes to his left, took a hit away from Michael Collins. In fact, Collins grounds out to short for the 4th time tonight. He's played a game of pepper with Anthony Granado, who has been outstanding at shortstop for the visitors here in this game.
Yes, he has. That was an A-plus play by Granado. He's got great hands there at shortstop. That's a terrific combination that the Cubs have put in Peoria at second and short.
Well, Bob's hunch was right. Miguel Gonzalez is coming in to try to close this game out and give the Colonels their 2nd straight win to start the second half. We go to the top of the 9th. Colonels lead Peoria 4-2. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
It's summertime, summertime, summertime.
Yes, it's summertime, when everybody wants to have fun. But there are still chores to be done. One of those chores, of course, mowing the yard. Your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling recommend using a mulching mower. It saves time, bagging takes longer, and saves money by restoring natural nutrients to your lawn, reducing the need to use expensive fertilizers. Grass cycling gives you a healthier lawn, reduces yard waste, and saves landfill space.
Hi, I'm Derek Cope, race car driver and TV analyst. You've probably heard me talk about Avacor, the revolutionary hair regrowth system that has been successful for most everyone who's used it. Now, listen to what Avacor users have to say about this remarkable treatment.
I am 39 years old. I've been slowly balding over the last 10 years. Thanks to Avacor, my hair is coming back, and I couldn't be more excited. It's the best product that I've tried.
Nothing has worked like this product to restore the hair that I had when I was in my 20s. Avacor is the product of the 21st century.
Avacor is safe and effective. It's worked for tens of thousands of satisfied users, including me. Let Avacor work to regrow your hair naturally.
Join the tens of thousands of satisfied customers who have reversed their hair loss with Avacor. It's guaranteed. Call 800-662-8168. Now you can use Avacor risk-free for 1 full year. It's guaranteed. Call 800-662-8168. That's 800-662-8168.
We're ready to go in the 9th. Bob Brooks said 3.5 innings ago when Ronnie Ray took over under duress and prevented the Chiefs from tying or taking the lead in this game that it would be determined by the bullpen. And here's an opportunity for Miguel Gonzalez to really help the Colonels, Bob.
Yes, he has not pitched much.
And his first pitch is drilled foul into the plaza section by Alan Rick.
And he got good wood on it.
Whew. Rick is 0 for 3 tonight, but he really tore into that first pitch and ripped it into the plaza section, and somebody is shaken up down there. They're going to get first aid right away. Now a changeup, and it's nubbed past third. I'll be darned. That might be a double. Down the left field line, and Alan Rick will go into second with a pitch hit off the end of his bat that died into shallow left, and Peoria has the leadoff man aboard here. Now, wait, they're saying that Rick missed first base, and he did not miss first base. The Colonels say he did, but he's at second base with nobody out. That's just exactly what the Colonels were trying to avoid, is letting the Chiefs get their leadoff man aboard here in the 9th inning. But they've done it, and it's their 8th hit of the night.
That would have fit the script if he'd been ruled not touching first base. For Miguel Gonzalez, He has been in only 8 games. He's 0-1, has pitched only 13 innings, given up 21 hits, 16 runs, 13 of them earned, 3 homers. So he has a bit of proving to do as to whether or not he could be out of the bullpen and be effective.
And don't blame him for that double.
No.
My goodness, Alan Rick just hit it off the end of the bat and rolled it agonizingly between Freddy Sandoval at third and the third base bag, and then it died on the left field line for a double. And it'll be Sam Fuld, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a double. The kid that was hit with the foul ball by Rick is okay as they take him up the stairs of the plaza section. A swing and a miss by Sam Fuld on a changeup, strike 1. Ronnie Ray was magnificent. 3 2/3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He could be the winner. He cannot be the loser. 4-2 Kernels, top of the ninth, nobody out. Peoria has their leadoff man aboard.
At second base.
The 0-1 to Fuld is low and away for ball. Ever since the Kernels lost Mitch Arnold to a bad elbow and Frederick Deloiziga-Carney to a promotion to Rancho Cucamonga, it has been a very unsure situation in terms of closing out games by anybody. Now Miguel Gonzalez gets his chance. He whirls and looks the runner back to second. Francisco Cordova was given a chance as the Kernel closer, and he did well for a couple of games and then also had some shaky outings. So now it's Gonzalez who's the Kernel's turn to try to close a game. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. A change up, and Sam Fuld peers back at the plate umpire, Jason Creek, at strike 2.
Miguel Gonzalez, 6 feet, 165 pounds, out of San Fernando, California, and out of the Mission Junior College.
In Los Angeles, he's ahead 1-2 as Sam Fuld takes in the dirt, a wild pitch, and a runner goes to third with nobody out. Oh boy, this is getting to be very, very aggravating, not as a fan or broadcaster, but you just feel for the Kernel Ball Club. They fight so hard to get into position to win a game, and then you just never know what's going to happen when you put a guy out there to try to close it down. And as I say, it's a problem that was created by an injury to Mitch Arnold, a big 6'8" right-hander, the second week of the season. Then Frederick Deloiziga-Carney emerged as a really bona fide closer, and whoops, up to Rancho Cucamonga he was sent. The 2-2. Look out, and almost hit Fuld, ball 3. We are on shaky ground right now.
4 runs, 5 hits for Cedar Rapids, 2 runs, and 8 hits for Peoria.
The payoff pitch to the number 9 hitter from Miguel Gonzalez is outside, ball 4. I'll be darned. The number 8 and 9 hitters at the plate, and they both reached. We need desperately to reach Tony Regans and let him know of our desperate plight here in Cedar Rapids, that we need a guy who can literally take a bull by the horns and say, give me the ball, fellas, give me the ball. I want and can close a ball game. And I don't know if that guy exists, Bob. There's got to be a guy out there somewhere in the Angel organization that has that makeup. I don't know where he is, but let's find him and get him here.
I know where he is.
In Rancho or on the DL?
He's in the bullpen in Anaheim. That's where he is.
Well, that's where he belongs. I don't want to imply that we need to take a big leaguer and hurt our big league ball club. Here's a base hit into right, and it's a 1-run game. Eric Patterson, and you can see this one really slipping away now. Alan Rick scores on a base hit by Eric Patterson. It's 4-3 Kernels, and first and second, nobody out for the Chiefs. And again, a desperate plea goes out to Los Angeles to Tony Regan. Please, Tony, if we've got for this ball club's welfare to get a guy in here who relishes closing ball game. And that's nothing against the guys we have. They're very good pitchers, but none of them have been able to close ball games out. Now, let's look at the bright side. The Kernels lead 4-3, and a double play would turn this whole inning around. A strikeout or a pop-out would turn the whole inning around. So let's stay positive. Alan Sisk is the batter. It's a 4-3 Kernel lead here in the top of the ninth inning.
Well, let's see what Gonzalez can do.
So far, the first 3 men have reached against him. A double, a cheap double, a walk. You can't walk the number 9 hitter, and an RBI single for Patterson. Is Sisk bunting? I would imagine he is bunting here in the ninth inning.
Bobby Maggs.
Not a soul is stirring in the Colonel bullpen. This is Miguel Gonzalez's to save, send into extra innings, or send to the bottom of the ninth, or hopefully not to squander away. Now the entire infield is coming in to gather around Colonel manager Bobby Magallanes. In Gonzalez's defense, that leadoff double by Alan Rick was as cheap as they come. However, you cannot walk the number 9 hitter.
Well, there's another thing about this game, too. You look at Cedar Rapids hitting from the 3rd inning through the 8th inning, and the Kernels have had 2 hits.
Yes. And that's why we give Chris Shaver all the credit in the world, the Chiefs starter. He kept the Chiefs in this position to try to tie it or take the lead in the 9th inning. Miguel Gonzalez steps off the rubber and looks the runner back to second. Peoria.
Well, that tells you that he doesn't want to throw to the plate.
Right.
It's simply he doesn't have confidence in what he's going to do.
Peoria's out-hit the Kernels 9-5. We need a guy who can close games out. A pitch through the legs of Michael Collins. This 9th inning is turning into a dreadful collapse by the Colonel Ball Club. No need to bunt now. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. How can you do this time after time, and how can you send a smoke signal, a wire, the Pony Express, how do we get word to Los Angeles that we just can't deal with this time after time? You cannot send guys out to play and have them play their hearts out and then have this happen virtually every time you try to protect the lead. The 1-0 delivery. A strike called in to Aaron Sisk. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. A Colonel 1-run lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Infield is back. They'll trade a run for an out here in the 9th inning. Aaron Sisk swings and misses, strike 2. And Gonzalez, who was ahead of Sam Fuld 1-2, is now ahead of Aaron Sisk 1-2.
That was the crucial thing so far in this inning. When he got 2 strikes, he couldn't close.
Walked the number 9 batter. But the Colonels still lead it here in the 9th, 4-3. Nobody out. Runners in scoring position for the Chiefs. The 1-2 to the batter. High, ball 2. Miguel is pitching very tentatively, and you can't blame him. He's not groomed as a closer. He's not used to closing. And again, I hearken back to the Hall of Fame voters who I think ridiculously refuse to vote in closers into the Hall of Fame. The only 3 I know of are Eckersley, Hoyt Wilhelm. I know Goose Gossage hasn't made it yet, but you've got to give these guys their due, because we're seeing proof virtually every time we have a lead on how special a guy it takes to close a ball game. He needs a special makeup. He needs to be very, very assertive and come after the hitters. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a tip foul as Miguel Gonzalez trying to get the first out here in the 9th inning and keep the Colonels ahead 4-3.
Well, this has been a screwy ball game from start to finish, and right now I would say that the breaks are starting to even up.
Yes, they are, and deservedly so for Peoria. Aaron Sisk waits for another 2-2 pitch, and it's outside, almost a wild pitch, ball 3. And again, this is no indication or not an indictment of Miguel Gonzalez at all. You put guys in a position where they can succeed. And Bobby Magallanes is hamstrung. He does not have a guy in his bullpen who can go in and close a ball game. Now, maybe a guy will emerge, but here we are in the second half of the season and no one has emerged. The payoff pitch to the Peoria right-handed batter. Bases loaded, ball 4. Nobody warming up in the Colonel bullpen. 4 in a row have reached, and Peoria is about to break this thing wide open.
Well, there's one guy that figures there is some justice in the game, and that is the manager at Peoria who got tossed, Julio Garcia.
Jamie Douglas, Colonel Lefty, is now starting to head down to the Colonel bullpen. Well, now
it's too late to put a... If you're going to make a change, you've got to have a pitcher warmed up before this.
Swing and a tip foul into the glove of Michael Collins, and Ryan Harvey is in the hole 0-1. We still have a chance, believe it or not, to get out of this thing and win the game. Bases loaded, nobody out, 4-3 Kernels. A pop-up, strikeout, or double play is what the Kernels would like the most. Ryan Harvey, on the other hand, wants to tie the game or give the Chiefs their second lead of the night, their first lead since the second inning. Strike 2 called to Ryan Harvey at the knees. And the crowd comes alive, over 3,000 strong. They, like Bob and I, are pulling with everything we have for Miguel Gonzalez. He's been put in the uncustomary role of trying to close this ball game out. And the first 4 Chief batters have reached against him here in the 9th inning. Harvey fouls one right back here, and he's still in the hole 0-2.
Well, it's a strange game, and as we can indicate here, it's getting stranger as the night moves on.
Tyne run at third, Sam Fuld. Go-ahead run at second, Eric Patterson. Aaron Sisk at first with nobody out. The next pitch, nub foul right behind home plate, and Ryan Harvey has not had a good swing yet at Miguel Gonzalez. Let's keep it that way.
And let's remember that Ryan Harvey, over in Peoria, the first part of this week, won the home run derby.
What will Harvey do on this next 0-2 pitch from the Colonel right-hander with the bases loaded and nobody out? He takes it upstairs for ball 1.
Well, the question is, will Harvey be the disappearing rabbit, or will he put a charge into it?
We'll find out. The big, tall, right-handed slugger hitting third in the Chief lineup is in the hole 1-2 as Miguel Gonzalez comes set and brings it. It hit him, and the game's tied. The ball hit Ryan Harvey. We're tied here in the ninth, 4-4, and this is getting to the point, Bob, where you just you don't feel bad for the ball players, because here they fought so hard tonight, competed so hard, and their parent organization just won't give them the manpower to finish the job, and that's not their fault. I don't fault Miguel Gonzalez one bit. It would be like putting me out there to play quarterback for the University of Iowa. You're putting me in a position to fail because I've never done it before. So let's get somebody in here who's done it before. Where is that guy? 4-4 the score. Harvey's being looked at by the Peoria trainer. Now the Chiefs could break this thing wide open. Bases loaded, nobody out. They've tied it 4-4 here in the ninth inning.
Either that or we're going to be here till 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, that's about the way this game is unfolded here. Let's, John, talk for a moment about a game like this and about what happens and about personnel. Because after each and every game, all of these figures are put into the L.A. Angels of Anaheim office. Now, whether anybody ever looks at them or not, who knows? But in knowing Tony Riggins, he knows what he has, and he knows which players are where. And he can certainly quickly look into the situation and see what the story is. But maybe from what the organization has shown so far this year, they do not have the players at the Class A level that they've had the last few years.
That's exactly right. And again, you have to bear that in mind as the Chief batter takes strike one called. Luis Montanez, the batter, an RBI for Ryan Harvey to tie the game here in the ninth inning at 4. Bases loaded, nobody out. And that's exactly right, Bob. I don't mean to chide the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They would have a guy in here to close games in a second if that guy existed. They just don't have anybody. Here's a throw to third, and the runner gets back, and hey, you just live with it. You just have to go into the ninth inning with, a 5, 6, 7, 8 run lead and hope for the best. A 1 or 2 or 3 run lead is not going to be enough as long as the present situation continues. It's just not enough. Not enough runs with the Colonel bullpen the way it is. A high pop foul off to the right, and again, credit Miguel Gonzalez. He's ahead of the batter. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield in for the play at the plate. We're tied at 4, and those poor Kernels, the body language shows it all. They are just absolutely despondent at how the Chiefs have run roughshod over them here at home in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, there's been a hit batsman and 2 walks and a wild pitch.
The 0-2 to Luis Montanez, high and away for ball 1. And Bob, thanks for bringing me back to reality. Sometimes I work so hard for these kids, and I lose sight of the fact that, hey, if the manpower or the personnel isn't there, you just make do and do the very best you can with the guys you have. And Miguel Gonzalez has certainly fought his heart out for this ball club here in the 9th inning. The ball almost hit the batter. It's ball 2 inside to Luis Montanez.
Another thing that Gonzalez can do, he can get 2 strikes on them, but then he can't finish.
And again, that's not his fault. He is given a certain set of skills, God-given, and he goes as far as he can with them. Ooh, a breaking pitch low, and now the count's full to Luis Montanez. It's too bad that Miguel has to endure this type of situation because it really deflates the guy's confidence. Now the crowd comes alive. 4-4, top of the 9th, bases loaded, infield in. Peoria trying to break this one wide open. The payoff pitch. A tap over the hill. Rodriguez has it. Throws home. Out! Out at the plate on another great play by Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez, for the moment, has saved the game. A tap over the hill. Rodriguez had to go to his left. He stabbed it and then off balance whipped the throw home high. Michael Collins, fully extended, caught it for the force out of Eric Patterson, and 1 out here in the 9th inning in a 4-4 game.
Well, all of a sudden, Michael Collins, who is 6'3", became 6'5". He had to save that one. And to keep his foot on home plate.
The play at the plate went 6-2, and it forced Eric Patterson. Now a double play gets Miguel Gonzalez out of this inning. Can you believe the Kernels are in a position to survive this inning, at least with a tie? Strike 1 outside to Luis, outside corner to Oscar Bernard. Luis Montanez reaches on a fielder's choice on which a runner was thrown out at the plate. 6-2, Eric Patterson thrown out by Sean Rodriguez. And a double play would send us into the bottom of the 9th inning, tied at 4. I cannot believe we're still in a position to come out of this thing tied. Now we're not. A line drive into left. Toussaint dives and catches it. The runner tags and scores, and it's a 5-4 lead for the Chiefs. Terrific catch by Toussaint to keep it a 1-run game. A terrific catch by Toussaint to give the Kernels a chance to still win this game. A line drive by Oscar Bernard, and it scores Aaron Sisk to make it a 5-4 lead for Peoria. The sacrifice fly by Bernard makes it a 4-run inning for the Chiefs, or a 3-run inning. They lead it 5-4. Now Anthony Granato at the plate, and if Miguel Gonzalez can get Anthony Granato, who's the 8th man to bat in this inning, the Kernels would trail only by a run going into the bottom of the 9th. A curve is a strike called. Kernels led going into this top of the 9th inning, 4-2.
That curveball was only 73 miles an hour.
First and second, 2 out, and Granato waits for the 0-1 pitch from Miguel Gonzalez, and swings and misses, strike 2.
There are not too many games where you see a team lose 2 runs tossed out at the plate.
And that's what the Chiefs have lost. They've lost 2 men at the plate tonight, but they've overtaken the Kernels here in the 9th, 5-4. Here's the 0-2 pitch to the right-handed batter, Granato. A changeup outside for ball 1. It's first and second, 2 out. Peoria has scored 3 runs here in the 9th inning on a grand total of 2 hits.
And we have a left-hander warming up in the Peoria bullpen.
Let's see if Miguel Gonzalez can somehow get out of this jam. A changeup outside for ball 2. Boy, these kids have fought hard tonight, both teams. And credit Peoria, they came alive in the ninth inning to take the lead with 3 runs. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and a foul off to the right by Anthony Granado. He's the 8th man to bat here in the Peoria 3-run ninth inning.
On 2 hits, a couple of walks, a hit batsman, a wild pitch, a sac fly,
and an error
that started it all.
Ball 3, a fastball high. This ninth inning has lasted over a half hour.
Gonzalez has thrown enough here in the top of the ninth for an entire ball game.
Here's the game's biggest pitch. It's a payoff pitch to Anthony Granado. The runners go, and a fly ball into center. We should be out of the inning. Richard Giannotti drifts back and has it. Hallelujah! Peoria takes the lead with 3 runs in the ninth inning on 2 hits, 1 Colonel error, and the Chiefs leave a pair. They've stranded 10. The stage is set for a Colonel comeback in the bottom of the ninth inning. After 8.5, Peoria leads the Colonels 5-4. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Wildcat Golf Course is ready to show you what makes us your local golf destination. 18 challenging holes for all skill levels. We have all of the services for you to have a great golf day. Check out our driving range before you tee it up, or grab your favorite sandwich from our bar and grill. Our pro shop is loaded with top golf gear from Strixon, Titleist, and Wilson, and awesome apparel from Ashworth and Nike. Wildcat is also the home course for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Take the 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids to see why Wildcat Golf Course is always something unexpected.
A Peoria southpaw, Tim Layden, will try to save this game for Adalberto Mendez. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning, and it's 5-4 Chiefs. Layden on in relief for Peoria, and the Kernels will have Sandoval, Giannotti, and Jordan Renz to face the lefty, Tim Layden, Layden.
He's a left-hander, 6'2", 180 pounds. He's 21 years of age, out of Englewood, New Jersey. He attended Duke University. Selected by the Cubs in the 6th round of the 2004 draft, so he's a prospect.
And he delivers a strike call to Freddy Sandoval. Freddy, a switch hitter batting right, 0-for-3. Kernels have been out hitting this game 9-5 and trail in the ninth 5-4. Ball 1 outside. Layden is 1-0 this year. On for the 15th time out of the Chief bullpen, a 2.38 ERA and a couple of saves. He's working from the stretch, and his 1-1 pitch is fouled back for strike 2. Layden has pitched 22 2/3 innings, given up only 11 hits in 22 2/3, struck out 25 in 22 2/3, walked 8. He's ahead of Freddy Sandoval, 1-2. And a strike 3 called. Well, Peoria made it look easy with their closer. He gets Freddy Sandoval on 4 pitches to start the ninth inning. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Richard Giannotti has scored 3 of the Colonel 4 runs. He's homered, he's doubled, and he'll try to get aboard as the tying run here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
And again, to reemphasize the fact, 2 Cedar Rapids hits. since the second inning.
And that's one of the storylines of this game, one of many. Strike one called from lefty Tim Layden to Richard Giannotti. Now a bouncer to second. Eric Patterson has it and throws in time. 2 gone in the Colonel ninth inning. You can see the difference in the two ball clubs. The Chiefs have a guy who wants the ball in the ninth inning and wants to try to protect a one-run lead. The Colonels just don't have that man on their roster right now. Jordan Renz will try to reach with 2 away here in the ninth inning. 5-4 Peoria. The Colonels led the game in the top of the ninth, 4-2. Jordan swings late and misses, strike one. Renz has an RBI tonight, and he scored a run. Tim Layden trying to save it for Adalberto Mendez. Misses outside for ball one. Jordan Renz, a 184 hitter, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. The Chiefs outfield is playing out of sight to try to prevent an extra base hit here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Ball 2 sails low and away to Jordan Renz. There's ball 3, and that one struck the catcher, Alan Rick, in the shin guards, and Renz is ahead 3-1.
Been some interesting misses by catchers tonight, too. This game, not being able to block the ball, letting it get back to the screen.
Jordan taps one in front of the plate. Alan Rick has it, and he throws the batter out to end the game. Well, if we have a turning point in the second half, we'll look back on this game as one of them. A very, very heart-wrenching loss for the Colonels, 5-4. Jordan Renz tapped it in front of the plate. Alan Rick came out and barehanded and threw Jordan out. The Colonels go down in order in the bottom of the ninth inning. 5-4 Peoria. Bob and I will be back to wrap it up on the Colonel Curtain Call in just a moment. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Looking for a deal on Hahn office furniture or metal shelving? Look no further than Welter Storage for your office and storage needs. We have new and used office furniture, including Hahn, one of the world's largest manufacturers of quality, innovative office furniture. We have hundreds of brand-name desks, files, and partitioned workstations, all in our showroom. Welter Storage Equipment, featuring Hahn office furniture, with 4 locations to serve you in Monticello, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, and Des Moines.
You can look, but you're not going to find a better golf value than Hunter's Ridge in Marion. Hunter's Ridge, home of the Greater Cedar Rapids Open, provides challenges for every level of golfer. 5 tees and 2 distinct 9s give you a different look every time you play. Hone your swing and short game on your own, or with our pros. At Hunter's Ridge, it's all about the golf. Tee it up at Hunter's Ridge Golf Course in Marion.
Time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Colonel's game, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Peoria evens the series at a game apiece. The Colonels played 8 terrific innings tonight before the Chiefs broke loose for 3 runs in the top of the ninth inning. And Bob and I raved about the exciting nature of this game. It was an exciting ball game, and Bob won the Colonels. Well, let's face it, the Colonels need to find a closer somewhere to be a competitive team in the second half. Tonight, we just couldn't close the game out, and it's been too familiar a story.
It was deja vu all over again. The story of the first half came, put the Cedar Rapids Colonels a cropper here tonight against the Peoria Chiefs when they were nursing along a 4-2 lead, when they had a lot of wonderful things happen to them. But again, as happened in the first half of the season, the bullpen collapsed and the game wound up in the L column. Quirky, to say the least, was the story of tonight's second game of this series. with the Cedar Rapids Kernels taking the lead after getting behind 1-0. They led 2-1, then led 3-1. They had Giannotti with a home run. He scored 3 runs, had a double to go with a homer. Maybe enough offense, but not much when you have only 2 hits in the final 7 innings of a game. But the defense and the pitching had been good enough to, number one, take care of 6 batters in the 5th inning for Peoria who did not score, if you can believe that. With a double, a single, a hit batsman, a fielder's choice, and a walk, Cedar Rapids pitcher Ronnie Ray got out of all of this after the starter, Fernando Rodriguez, had to leave the game at 4 1/3 innings with a strained back. Then, in the 8th inning, still Cedar Rapids had a 4-2 lead, and still the bases loaded, and still Peoria did not score. And during all of this, the manager of the Peoria Ball Club, Garcia, was tossed out of the game. With all of that frustration, Cedar Rapids then turned around and handed the game to the Peoria Chiefs with their play in the 9th inning. Ray had been pitching very well since there was 1 out in the 5th. He had really done a very excellent job. And it would seem, from my point of view, certainly strong enough to at least take the mound in the 9th inning and try and close it out. But he didn't get a chance. Bobby Magallanes wanted to bring in Miguel Gonzalez. He did, and the rest is history. Gonzalez was probably going to get out of the situation all right, except on a play in which the catcher, after a strikeout, Michael Collins threw the ball into right field, trying to complete the play with the throw to first, and that opened the gates and opened it up enough for 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and Peoria won it with the score of 5-4. So tomorrow, Michael Samar, who pitched wonderfully at the end of the first half, will try to give the Kernels the momentum again. Cedar Rapids lost the momentum because they lost the bullpen in the 9th inning, and Peoria took it by the score of 5-4. Disappointing, to be sure, and it again pointed up the biggest weakness of this ball club. But still, the game was winnable. There was a nub base hit to start the top of the 9th inning, and then it went downhill from there. So in the balance of the situation, the breaks kind of evened out, and all of the summation of this with 9 hits to 5 hits, why Peoria basically deserved to win this game here tonight, and they did, 5-4.
And the final line score, the Chiefs 5 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. They stranded 10. The Kernels 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. We left 3 aboard. Winning pitcher, Adalberto Mendez, 1-0. Save, Tim Layden, his 3rd. Colonel loser, Miguel Gonzalez, 0-2. 2 hours and 42 minutes, the game time, before a crowd of 3,044. The series is even at a game apiece. Stay tuned. Up next, we'll have our Access Direct play of the game. Bob will have that call for us, and that's coming next here in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
When we met, it's forget, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
5-4 Peoria as they rally for 3 in the top of the 9th inning to take Game 2 of this series 5-4. Time now to reflect back on one of the most exciting moments in the game. It's brought to us by Access Direct, our Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is looking for team players. Yes, they're hiring, and they have a wonderful array of benefits to offer you to come to work at Access Direct. Paid training, 10 personal time off days a year, a 401k savings plan, and, this is the best, medical, dental, vision insurance, part of the benefits at Access Direct. Now, how do you find out about their great career opportunities? Log on to their website at www.accdir.com or call Access Direct to join their team at 261-0260. Our Access Direct play of the game took place in the bottom of the 4th inning with the game tied 2-2. Freddy Sandoval opened up the inning by grounding out the 3rd, and then lefty Chris Shaver pitched to Richard Giannotti. Let's enjoy our Access Direct play of the game.
I'd run it to left field. This is going. It is gone. A home run by Richard Giannotti over the 400-foot mark in left center field. In high hops, my friends, out into the street. Big home run by the G-Man. His 3rd home run of the year, and the Kernels lead 3-2. Another good fastball, and he jumped on it.
And as Bob said, though, we would only have one more hit the rest of the game in Peoria's 5-4 win. Richard Giannotti teeing off in the 4th inning to put the Kernels ahead 3-2, our Access Direct play of the game in a Chief come-from-behind 5-4 victory. Up next, Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen will have a complete rundown of all the scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the zone.
Ah, springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning may be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Well, never fear. The A-Team is here. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. 393-4872. That's 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof.
It's 10 o'clock, and we want to remind you that you've been enjoying Colonel Baseball this evening here in the zone. ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG Cedar Rapids. Standing by at Hawkeye Downs to bring you the thrills of Hawkeye Downs racing is KCRG Sports Director, award-winning sportscaster Scott Unash. 5-4 Peoria tonight, and it's been a while since we've checked the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to us for the 10th year in a row by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Shubat, Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, and Dale Thompson. With the State Farm Major League scoreboard, here's Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen.
Turning to the Interleague at the American League, at U.S. Cellular Field, the Chicago White Sox toppled Chicago Cubs 12-2. Over at the Great American Ballpark, Cincinnati edged Cleveland 5-4. At Yankee Stadium, the New York Mets crowned the Yankees 6-4. Down in Florida, the Marlins nipped Tampa Bay Devil Rays 7-4. In progress right now, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Los Angeles Dodgers are tied at 0 in the 5th inning. Over at the McAfee Coliseum, Oakland leads San Francisco 1-0 there in the fourth. And then turning over to the National League, one game in the National League today, it's Pittsburgh and St. Louis. St. Louis is pounding Pittsburgh 6-0 there in the ninth inning. And then interleague in the National League, Boston derailed Philadelphia 8-0. At RFK Stadium, Washington trimmed Toronto 3-0. Over at Turner Field in Atlanta, the Braves offended Baltimore 7-5. At Miller Park, Milwaukee shaded Minnesota 2-1. Down at Minute Maid Park, Houston down Texas 5-2. In progress right now at Coors Field, Colorado is taming Kansas City 8-2. They're in the sixth inning. And down at Bank One Ballpark, Arizona and Detroit are at 0 in the bottom of the fifth. And finally, Seattle leads San Diego 3-1 at Petco Park. They're in the bottom of the third as well.
Julia Jansen, Colonel Broadcast Assistant, with the complete look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard here on the Colonel Curtain Call. We thank State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat for bringing us that complete look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. Remember, more fun and excitement tomorrow evening. This series is tied a game apiece, and tomorrow night, Procter & Gamble will sponsor a fantastic fireworks show. Julia, I wasn't here for the Commercial Federal Bank fireworks show on Saturday night. I was at the Rotary Convention in Chicago, but from what I heard, the crowd gave that fireworks show put on by Commercial Federal Bank a standing ovation.
That's right. That's right. They were up and on their feet before the show was even over. It was fantastic. Probably the best show I've ever seen at a ballpark.
Is that right?
That's true.
Well, there you go. There's a testimony of what you can look forward to tomorrow evening. Please meet Bob Brooks, Julie, and I here at the ballpark for more fun and excitement. The Colonels won the first 8 innings of this ball game, played magnificently, 4-2, but then a far too familiar refrain. They let it slip away as the Chiefs rallied for 3 in the ninth to even the series with the 5-4 win. We'll take the airwaves tomorrow here in the zone at 6:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. That's 6:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Tonight we want to thank our in-studio and engineer Jake Lentz, and also many thanks to Hall of Fame sportscaster Bob Brooks, Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen. I'm John Rogers, and we look forward to bringing you Game 3 of this series with the Chiefs tomorrow evening, 6:40 South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time. Peoria edges the Kernels with a 3-run ninth, 5-4, and that does it from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Hawkeye Downs Racing is next with Scott Unash. This has been Colonel Baseball in the Zone.